Okay, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna save that information for the presentation itself. Because what I'd like to do is be able to share screen, and this time, because I've given you this information at least 20 times. That is true. That is true. Let me do this. Let me bring this up real quick.
Well, can I speak at the moment? Well,
What up?
well, am I allowed to ask questions? Because for some reason, this guy said I can't ask questions. He said I can't ask questions. I mean, he get really upset when I ask questions. So
I didn't say you couldn't. I didn't. I never once said you couldn't ask a question. I did not say that.
Well, all right,
Can
brother.
anybody show me where I said that, or tell me when I said that today?
Well, you didn't say it today, but they have. Well, hold on. Wait a minute. Even back here, you said something about some questions. Ask a question.
No, no. This is. Let me clarify. Let me clarify. I did just put in the chat is that I've caught on to the deflective tactic that these guys use. What they'll do is when they're supposed to be proving their point, what they'll do is they'll just keep countering with questions, and as long as they keep asking you with questions, they hope to keep you on the defense, so they never have to answer anything. That's what I just said in the chat. But
Well,
let me bring up this source for you because I've shared this many times as to how um, how the sun how the moon actually reflects sunlight. I've actually given you what's actually the moon. The moon is actually composed of. I've actually showed you that there is actual ancient volcanoes and things like that on the moon. They
right.
and if you question and if they ever been to the moon, I got a source too that shows that they actually have proof because things there on the moon. So there is proof. There's actually reflective materials that they actually put on there. There's a lot of stuff that they left on the moon. Put it that way. That there's proof that they've been there. Not to mention other countries have actually traveled to the moon and whether they use robots or whatever to get on the moon surface. That's relevant. They actually been there too though. But let me bring this up real quick.
Uh, if I may, he said that. Well, first of all, I'm gonna say this right here. When this conversation about the moon first started, I actually said that there are no sources that I can find that says that the moon produces its own light, and I explained why. The same thing I just said a few minutes ago. And so, secondly, he said that it's a deflection tactic that asks questions. Well, I mean, how is that a deflection tactic that asks questions? Right. So that means that a student in a class they shouldn't ask questions.
Oh wait a
That part
minute.
just
Wait a
doesn't make
minute.
sense. Then he talking about this what you guys do. Well, listen, let me tell you something. I have seen you guys several times deflect from questions. Y'all don't even answer questions. Y'all just drop the whole damn subject and go on to something else. So that's how I know something wrong. If you can't ask questions, something wrong. Or either just say you don't know the answer. What's so
Well,
hard about
I'll
that?
tell you this. I'll tell you this. We got a full house. Well, not even a full house, but brothers on the
Man, come on with
brother.
the
Hold on,
information, brother.
stop for a minute. I let you rock, brother. Let me
Yeah, you did. My
respond to you.
bad. My bad. I'm sorry.
Brother Masha is on the call, and he's been very observant of the chat. Sister Karima's very observant of the chat. I haven't ducked one question you've asked. I haven't ducked not one. I did use Meta AI yesterday because I was at work. I don't have the ability to just hold my phone at all times. But what needed to be explained did have to use some detail, and there's nothing wrong with using AI if you're going to ask it direct questions and ask for peer reviewed sources to validate it. So there's nothing wrong with AI, but I do answer questions, brother. I don't know where that comes from, but what I'm talking about is that, for instance, now you're admitting that now you can't find a source that says that the moon produces its own light. So what you did is you're basically taking a biblical understanding, right? Because the Bible says that the moon was a lesser light. Okay, I explained this to you that at the time when they were writing the Bible, and even when this was an oral tradition, you were dealing with people that didn't have technology as we have today. So what they did is they wrote about what they simply observed. So of course, from their angle, they would think the moon was a light. Of course, I'm not even knocking that. I don't even think that it's anything to joke about. I understand they were men of their time, but for you to come out here and you argue with me for almost 2 years on this topic, and you can't produce one source that says that the Bible, that the moon makes its own light, nor can you show me one source that says that the moon and sun goes through a portal. You can't show me that. So what we have is claims that have no backing whatsoever. But every bit of sources that I drop about the moon, you have called pseudo. So I just like to know, what about astrophysics to you is pseudo? Yeah, we were discussing at this point, we were discussing, does the moon create its own light? And he also made the claim that the sun and moon goes through portals. And so where I'm getting down to the bottom of is that he has not shown one source that will reflect anything he's talking about. Not one. But all the sources that I'm dropping, source after source from astrophysicists themselves, he's calling garbage, just saying it's pseudo. And I like to know right now in front of the audience, how do you what part of astrophysics is pseudo to you?
Hey,
How's that pseudoscience?
select y'all. Can I get the names of who said what?
Okay, this is Heru Conscious that was just speaking.
Okay.
Well,
And that's what I like to know. I just like to know how astrophysics is
well, well,
pseudoscience.
well. First of all, astrophysics, that's not pseudoscience. But I will tell you this right here. As I said, Prentice Israel. Sorry about that, brother. But
Come.
as far as the part about astrophysics, all right, astrophysics and all that stuff, right? Okay, well, that part is not pseudo. But you know, as far as saying that the sun and the moon go through portals, well, they do go through cycles because you had once said that the sun doesn't move at all. You
That's
said that
not
the
what I
moon doesn't
said.
move. Man, I have
That's
the
not what I
screenshot.
said.
I have the
I'll let you
screenshot.
finish. I'll let you finish.
I have the screenshots to prove that you have said that, but I'll just leave that where it at. So that's what I mean. It's portals, cycles, hell, it's all the damn same. The sun moves. The sun is not stationary, and the moon is not stationary. And as far as the moon creating its own light, I mean, yes, I do believe that. You understand what I'm saying? And the sources that you post, because I constantly ask, what are the reflective materials on the moon? I have yet to see a dark rock reflect any material. There's no light reflecting from a dark rock. And then the volcanoes, the old volcanoes, right? So first of all, is there water on the moon? I mean, what is there to cool off those the lava from the volcanoes? What's there to cool it off so it can turn into rocks? You know what I'm saying? And secondly, I guess, okay, well, you didn't really attack the Bible. Okay, so I'll be cool with that. I'll take that. And if you want to say that that's what they were writing, because that's how they observed it, that's fine. I rock with that. But when I showed him that the thought process of the moon reflecting the sunlight comes from Greeks, he get all of his feelings. Actually, it really started with the Egyptians, and then the Greeks took it. And so it seemed like all this science that he pushing, it start with the Greeks. And so then he talking about technology. Well, the technology that they have now. Let me ask you something, because since they can tell us how the materials that the moon and the sun and things are made of. Well, how did they know? You know what I'm saying? I mean, had they been out there just to get samples? I mean, how did they know? I mean, what the sample? Show me the materials. Show me the uh the tools that you said that they left on the moon. And I yield with that.
Okay. Yeah, so I'm about to start.
No. I'm talking about the cycles. I'm talking about the cycles of the. I'm talking about the cycles of the sun and of the moon. That's how we get time. Days and nights, because the sun and the moon do travel. And well, actually, yeah. Because according to the what is the Enoch calendar? I think when they talk about 364 days, 364 and a half days. Yes, yes. Right. My bad. I'm sorry. Yes, man. You're right. Absolutely right. So is that wrong? Because he said the sun and the moon doesn't move at all.
That's not what I said. And I like to
Well,
clarify.
that's what you said on the screenshot. I have it. I don't
Listen,
mind
listen.
showing it.
What
But
you
go ahead.
listen? I'm gonna tell y'all something.
if you're gonna clarify it, that's fine. But he did say that.
Hold on. See, look, and I want to say something else. Okay, I want to say something real quick. As far as these screenshots go, you have a very bad habit of not showing the full context of a conversation. You'll just show the little part you want people to see, and that's the problem with the screenshots. But now let me clarify as to what I said. I said that the sun and moon, the sun does not rise or set. That is an illusion. It's an illusion because the moon, actually, the Earth spins on its axis, right? And it gives us the illusion of the sun rising and setting. Now, the sun actually does move, but it orbits our galaxy, and then you have the moon the moon, the Earth, and the rest of the planets that orbit the sun. That's what I said, brother, and that's actually scientifically accurate.
Hey, fair enough. Have it your way. But when you talk about screenshots, though, when I post the screenshots, I post what was said. I post the main thing is the topic that we're speaking on. I post that screenshot
Brother, stop it. What you've been posting screenshots to
you
this
can post.
chat.
This nigga won't even let me speak.
Well, you didn't. I
Why
let
you
you rock. You
speaking?
didn't even let me finish. I just got through explaining what I said as far as the about the sun actually in this movement. That's as far as I got.
And I said,
You didn't
okay.
let me
And
go
then you
any further.
paused. And then I said, fine, have it
Okay,
your
I
way. And then I
paused. I
proceeded to
paused.
speak.
I mean, I can't
Right.
pause, brother.
Because
I
I didn't
gotta.
know you was done. I didn't know you was done. But go ahead, man. Go ahead. It ain't that serious. Go ahead.
So all I'm saying though is we all have seen you absolutely
Now he talking about screens.
load the thread with screenshots, and these screenshots don't prove anything. Most of them are just you talking. It doesn't show the full context of what was said and what was presented. For example, I do have screenshots from my chat where you left out all the sources that I dropped. It just shows you talking. You left out all those peer-reviewed sources that I dropped. So I'm off that about the screenshots. I just want to point that out. Why you keep saying, "Well, I got the screenshots." You don't show context with your screenshots. That's another tactic that you guys use, and it needs to end. It's old. It's played out. But the bottom line here is that on this topic, there really is no debate, I guess, because you don't have any sources to present to say that the sun and moon goes through portals, as you claim, and you definitely don't got no sources to say that would solidify the moon creating its own light. So that would be a waste of time. I don't even want to embarrass you like that. I don't want to do that because I would be the only one sourcing up. You don't have any sources. So what you've done over the past 2 years of every source that I've dropped concerning this matter, you took screenshots of it, circled a couple circles around it, and just threw it out there and said it's garbage. Well, again, this comes from astrophysicists. I like to know how astrophysics is pseudoscience.
May I chime in too, real quick?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now this is just my own opinion and everything. Now, I personally don't subscribe to the Book of Enoch. You know what I'm saying? Because it's a lot of stuff that's said in that book that you don't find nowhere else in any other scriptures. Not the Apocrypha, not the Old Testament, New Testament, none of that. You know what I'm saying? Like the Watchers and the like you said, the gates or the portal or whatever that is. Like it's not even mentioned in there. I do hear about how the moon and the sun moves on a circuit. You know what I'm saying? Or is in a circular motion and everything. They always rotate. Um, you know what I'm saying? As far as the moon go, like I believe that it do reflects off of the sunlight, and it just depends on where the position of the sun is because that's how you get the transitions in the moon. You know what I'm saying? Because I keep my Sabbaths according to the moon. So that's just me though.
Is it my can I speak now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, just to clarify something else again, I'm sorry to keep going back to these screenshots, but I have to because this brother, he's a notorious liar. He's lied. I mean, he have lied several times. So that's why I take screenshots. You know what I mean? And as far as the whole conversation, you know, I do have screenshots of the whole conversation. I can't do that. But since he said he has the whole conversation, why don't he post them? Why don't you just clarify where I have lied on you at with screenshots where I didn't post the whole thing in context? You know what I mean? Because then you say that I was talking to myself, but on the screenshots, you were up there talking. You weren't responding back. Come on, man. Stop playing. And then secondly, as far as the debate about the sun, about the moon making its own light, well, I told you in the beginning that I didn't have no sources. So, as far as that right there, shit, hey man, it is what it is. The sources that you post, you didn't even read them. So that was why I read them, and then I circled some of the parts that I thought that didn't make sense. You understand what I'm saying? That's what you do when you post a source. First, you're supposed to read it to make sure it makes sense before you post it. But you just post sources that you don't read, and then you posted a source that had a misspelled word in it. You and your wife and the other sister, y'all were clowning me, thought I posted. But when it showed that you posted, you know what I'm saying? Then it wasn't funny then.
That
But
was not true,
nevertheless,
bro. That's not true.
man, the screenshot is up there. Then I can't
That's
even
not
speak.
true.
I didn't. I
That's
didn't
not
even.
true.
I did not interrupt you the whole while. I was
Go
quiet
ahead,
while
brother.
you.
Go ahead. Go ahead,
Thank,
brother.
thank you.
I'm gonna let you walk
So,
yourself
so
in your own hole.
okay, well though. But anyway, he posts sources that he don't read. I had to go through and look at the source, like the one that he posted about. Well, he said that 13%. Now it was from 3 to like 12% of sunlight reflect off the moon. Then when it said that it was old volcanoes and old craters and hot flowing lava on the moon. Now that's something that I thought that didn't make sense to me. And then there was another post that he posted. He said about 4.5 billion years ago, the sun, the moon, and the stars were all formed from dust and gas. So I'm like, well, shit. If they made out of the same material, and the stars and the stars are luminaries, the sun is a luminary. Then what makes the moon not be a luminary? Right? That's what I was thinking. So then I would ask some questions again. Okay, the position on the sun and where the moon is at, I understand it. But at what distance? Even when you got a regular reflector, you know what I'm saying? You have to be up close to it before it to reflect. If you miles and miles away from a regular reflector, it's not going to reflect light. You understand what I'm saying? So if I'm wrong about the things that I'm saying, fine, I'll take that. But some of the things that he posted just didn't make sense to me. You know what I mean? I'll take that on the chin. Okay, if I'm wrong,
Okay.
if the sunlight reflect off the moon, fine, I'll roll with it. It ain't the end of the world. I ain't gonna die. I mean, shit, I'll just, this was just fun. You know what I mean? It was just
God,
healthy.
God,
It was
God,
fun and it
God.
was a healthy dialogue. Because some of the shit that he posted just didn't make sense. And I know he didn't read it because he just posted just to be posting things.
Now hold on.
He'll read the headline and he'll just post it. You mean?
Hold on.
And then as
Can
far as
we
what
can
he's
we
saying about sun going through portals, I will say this again. I said that it's cycles. If I use portals,
That's not what
cycles,
you
come
said
on, man.
initially.
I say a portals, cycles, okay. Still about the same thing. If it's a portal, it's a cycle. I mean, what's the difference?
No, brother. You said portals as if it went through a
Right.
portal. Like we know what you said. And then matter of fact,
Absolutely. I know
as
what
a
I said,
matter of
but that was
fact,
how you took it.
hold on.
That was how you
As a
took it.
matter
I
of
know
fact,
what I
you
meant.
did post something. Hold on,
Because
you
when I
did post.
posted,
Hold, hold
I
on.
post the cycles.
Hold on.
I got the
No,
article
no,
that I
no, no.
post, man.
Let
I
me
got the
explain
article
this
that I
real quick.
post. I got the article
Gonna
that I
tell you.
post. I
I'm gonna
got
tell
the
you.
article that
Okay,
now I'm
bro.
still
You're
talking.
not
He
gonna
just
No,
let me
cut,
order,
rock.
order,
he
order.
just cut
Do it in
right off.
order.
You know what I mean? When he let me get finished
Hold
talking,
on,
I
no,
guess I
because
must cut the
this
nerve.
guy he's loading
I
this
guess I
shit
must
up,
cut the
and
nerve on you.
I wanna
And
respond
that's
to
why I
all
keep
of this
screenshots
loaded
on you.
shit.
That's why I keep screenshots on you, homie. But go ahead. I'm done.
Hold on, because I'd like you for you to share that screenshot of the source you posted when you said the sun and moon went through portals, and we read it for you. We had to break the shit down for you, and we showed you that it was talking about particles going through a portal, not the sun and moon. And the type of portal they were talking about was nothing of what you were talking about, but you argued us up and down on that. So don't come in here acting like bro, this wasn't your position, and that like we seen you all through the final battle with this, bro. You come on now. A lot of people are in those groups, and it's probably a lot of people that's in those groups that's watching this. What I'm telling you is that we have all seen you do this, man. You've argued this thing for almost 2 years now, and now all of a sudden now you want to concede on it. But here's another thing: you cannot sit up here and tell these people what I read and what I didn't read. I obviously read it if I can articulate what it's talking about, then drop the source, and then the source validates what I'm talking about. There's no way you can make that claim that I didn't read the source if what I'm talking about is validated through the source I'm dropping. Make that make sense. It's a lame excuse that needs to stop. That's all I'm hearing from you is a bunch of excuses. I didn't read the source, but the source is validating what I said.
Okay, well, I think he was saying that he agreed with the the rotation of the moon and the earth, or the, you know what I'm saying, the circuit
Hold
or
on.
anything like that. You know what I'm saying?
Hey, I got the source right here, and I posted. It said the sun and the seasons. You know what I mean? So I'll put that in the back chat. You know, it's no problem. It says what? I'll start right here. It says on any given day, the sun moves through our sky in the same way as the stars. All right. It rises somewhere along the eastern horizon. Matter of fact, the name of the source is Understanding Astronomy, the Sun and the Season. The web is physicsweber.edu. So, you know, instead of me just reading the whole thing, I just go down here, which I can read the whole thing. But anyway, I just go to this part that I highlighted. All right. But as the weeks and months pass, you'll notice that the sun's motion isn't quite the same as that of any star. For one thing, the sun takes a full 24 hours to make a complete circle around the celestial sphere, instead of just 23 hours and 56 minutes. For obvious reasons, we define our day based on the motion of the sun, not the stars. Then I just go to this part right here. So, moreover, the location of the sun's path across the sky varies with season. I just leave that like that right there. And I'll post this article back there because he said that the sun didn't appear to rise and set or it didn't move. And I just
I
post
said
this
the
short
sun
just to
doesn't
show that the
rise or
sun
set.
moved
Let me
and the moon,
clarify
right?
again,
And
and
then
then we got
secondly,
this
he's
on the
still
record.
talking about the screens. He's still talking about the sources. This brother did not read sources. He talking about that he posted. He talking about he read before he posted. No, he didn't. He just posted the source because he think it goes with what he's trying to argue. And I just explained to you the reason why I challenged you. And matter of fact, you the one that kept bringing up the moon. You the one that kept bringing up whether the moon produces its own light.
You make the claim.
Yes, I did. And after we discussed that, you still kept bringing it up. I said,
No,
and matter
brother.
of fact,
No,
it was
brother.
in one
No,
discussion
brother.
we
What
had
did?
when we were
Hold
talking
on, hold
about
on. You know
the
why I
pyramid
brought it up?
text. You're gonna bring up the moon
Do you
again. I
know?
said,
You
now
know
I said,
why
now
I
this
brought
nigga
it up?
kangaroo. Going back to some other shit that we done
Do you know
discussed.
why I brought it up?
Why?
Because I recently just ran a poll. You said that you beaten me in every debate that we had. Well,
Right.
wait a minute. I ran a poll. 22 people voted for me, and only 4 people voted for you out of all the debates we've had. So that's the reason for me rehashing this again. Because again, brother, you did not win that debate on that. You've never won a debate against me on anything. I'm gonna tell you why you don't win debates against me. Because you don't produce any sources. What you do is you'll take screenshots of my sources, circle what you don't understand, and just call it garbage. Much like we dealt with yesterday when we was dealing with evolution. You just seen that Greek philosophers were researching this thing, and you automatically said, well, evolution is Greek philosophy, it's garbage, and you try to throw it out. And I told you before, I wouldn't give a damn if it was Chinese philosophy. But the fact of the matter is, scientific theory and philosophy are two different things completely. I don't know what part of that you don't understand. I'm not a racist. I know that truth is not limited to one nationality of people. So I study all things. And if that upsets you, oh well. But quit telling me what I've read and what I haven't read. And again, like I said, if I could sit here and articulate uh before dropping a source and the source validates what I said, then clearly I've read it. And I've had these debates with you guys so many times to the point is I probably can recite the sources by heart by now because I've presented them so many times. The information ain't going anywhere because you guys aren't challenging it. This is what I respect in scholarship. I can respect someone that disagrees with something, but at least show me why you disagree. You can't just take a screenshot, circle shit you don't understand, and then just say it's garbage. And oh, and now I'm a pseudo. You can't do that. These are peer-reviewed scientific journals that you're doing this to. You can't do that. And
All
I've
right.
showed you. I've actually shown you. I've numerous times I've shown you that yes, there are pros and cons to peer review sources, But when it comes to like scientific journals and things like that, they are absolutely reliable. They are reliable. I'm not saying that science has all the answers. That's the beauty of science. Scientists love to be wrong. To be honest with you, scientists love to be wrong. But but what I'm saying to you is brother, all I'm seeing here is really all ad hominem attacks for whatever reason. It's I don't read this. I haven't done that. It's me pointing the finger at me, but you're actually not presenting anything to battle with. It's not like it feels like you don't even have a dog in the fight. So honestly, we could leave this moon thing alone because he doesn't have anything for that. But I will debate you, brother, on the evolution versus creationism.
Are you done? I mean, it's
I'm
my
just
turn to
saying,
speak.
would you accept that challenge because you don't have anything for this one?
I'll just wait till it's my turn to speak, then I get my answer.
I just asked you a question, so I'm done speaking. Obviously,
I just said I will wait because then when I start speaking, then you will say something. So I'm just waiting till the coast clear. That's all.
go ahead, brother.
It coast clear. Okay, now as far as the moon, wait a minute. First of all, let me just get this straight because I said that he kept bringing the conversation up. Right now, we had a. He said I didn't drop sources. That's a lie. That's why I keep my screenshot because this guy be lying. You know what I mean? So the first we was talking about. He asked me to show how I'm the Israelite, right? So I showed DNA evidence from other people, not mine, but I haven't got no DNA. So, and I have said that whether I'm an Israelite or not, I'm still going to follow the Bible. So I showed DNA from other people. Then I showed the DNA article from Indo-European. I still had it up here. Then he going to go and try to discredit that by going to PubMed. And PubMed was saying the same thing that my article was saying. So for him to say that, then he said that the Israelites are mythological characters. But then he posted this source from some guy, right? Then I read the information in that source that he didn't read because when it said that he believed that the Israelites are made of Judeans, so I circled Judeans and I showed him. I said, well, what are Judeans if they are mythological characters? Then he tried to say that the Israelites and Canaanites and Jews and Arabs all have the same DNA. So I had dropped several sources. I had dropped books. He get mad and tell me that I don't own the book. So I guess I can't post the book because I don't own it. And it was one book that I didn't own, and I posted it. I forgot the name of it, but it was something about how the Egyptians was hanging other black people. The Egyptians were killing other black people. They enslaved other black people, and they had gods. So that was one of our discussions. He said that the Egyptians didn't have gods, but we'll leave that alone. And so the part about the Israelites, I had posted several books, several sources, books, right? He didn't post not one, right? You know what I'm saying? He couldn't even listen. He posted nonsense about the Israelites. I'm posting actual historical documents. Okay. So then we had another discussion. It was about, I forgot what the discussion was about. God, it was what is it about? Yeah. Then we had one about our debate was about how animals get their spots and stripes, right? So I guess he didn't understand the science that he claimed he understand because he gonna take a meme from our Facebook and gonna base that off Jacob. He said Jacob using a magic elixir, and that was how animal got spots and stripes versus the scientific theory, right? So when we went through that debate, I explained. First of all, I even explained to him. I said that this is not dealing with how animal got spots and stripes. I said Jacob was just separating his animals from his father-in-law Laban animals. But nevertheless, that I just sum it up. All right, we had that debate. He didn't drop not one source. I dropped all sources. I even used the Bible. They got mad because I was using the Bible. I had the screenshots to prove that. That's why I take screenshots. This guy is a liar. Now, as far as the moon producing its own light, okay, he got me on that one. I'll take that black eye. But you know what I
Okay,
mean?
watch
But he gonna
this.
say that I have never won a debate. That is a lie. This guy did not let me back in. And then it was several times this guy, well, which I said I won't talk about the memes no more, but I have to on this. Every time when I beat this guy, I beat this guy so bad one time that he wanted to fight, threatened me, telling me he was gonna come to Greenville. And that invitation is still extended to him. Then he calling me fat, talking about my family and all that stuff. And that's okay. I get that. I'm a fat nigga. I'm cool with it. I still got a beautiful wife. And I can get women. So there ain't no issue there. I don't know what he's trying to mean talking about me being fat. This nigga act like I'm about 500-600 pounds or something. I ain't that goddamn big, but I am a big nigga though. You understand what I'm saying? So then that poll that he took. Oh my goodness, this shit is so hilarious because everybody that voted for him, hell, I even voted for the nigga. I felt sorry for him. But anyway, the people that voted for him, especially Taharka, whatever this cat name is, some cat named Irby St. Louis. This Irby St. Louis cat, man, him had a debate, right? He gonna say that the Oshogo bone, he said that they found the oldest bone, right? So when I went and looked up the bone, it was a damn tally stick, right? And then one guy said that we don't need to watch the debate because everybody knows that Prince Israel is an idiot. I said, oh my goodness. Then this guy, Macadocious Tip, he said, what debate? He didn't even say the debate. You know what I mean? Then it's this guy, Jacob E. James, whatever his name is. This guy, he is so silly. He beat his own self in the debate. He's gonna post a book about the when Scotland was Jewish, and the page that he showed, because we were talking about King Charles, it was saying when King Charles was a black man. You know what I mean? He cut himself several times. You understand what I'm saying? So then he talking about he beat me. It's so hilarious because the people that voted for him are the guys that I have smacked around in that debate room. These guys don't even look at the information. They just post shit. This guy, he don't even read information. I swear. I have screenshots full of things that he posts where I had to read it myself and circle it. And that's what gets him upset. So that's when he goes to the only thing that he can get me on, and that is the moon. And I tolerate it because once again, it's some shit in there that just don't make sense to me. So that's why I tolerated that for all the many years. But as far as the Israelites and Egyptians having gods and enslaving people and here it goes. And this is what really got him upset. Because he loved to post about King James being gay and talk about the Bible being gay. But really set this firestorm off was when we went in there and showed how the Egyptians were gay and doing homosexual activities. Now that's what really set the firestorm off. That really made his brother mad. I guess because he named himself Heru, and Heru, the gayest god in that pantheon, because he got raped by his uncle. So I guess that's what got him. So then he tried to say he don't know the pyramid text. He don't even know the pyramid text. Back there in his back chat, he gonna post the pyramid. First he asked me for the original, right? I said, well, I don't have the original. So he said, well, I'm gonna give it to you. I thought he was gonna get the original. This brother posted the whole English version. You understand what I'm saying? And then he talking about Greek. So then he said that the pyramid text and the copy text are Greek corruptions. So that's why I clown him on the Greek. That's why I clown him on the damn Greek philosophy tip. Because you trust the Greeks for this right here. But you say that you say that their translations of the Egyptian text is corrupt. Make up your mind, bro. Which one is it? Come on, man. Now, as far as the debate, I will answer your question. As far as the moon, I mean, that's fine. I'll play around with it. Ain't no big deal to me. But if you want to debate on evolution, and this is another thing. When I post the Institute for Creation, you're going to try to go in and try to discredit the source, right? But the people that you use to discredit the source, the national, scientific creation, whatever it is, that source that you use, they try to slander the Institute for Creation. And it's a big lobbyist group that pays to keep creation from being taught in schools. Come on, man. Let's be serious. You didn't read that. Because if you did, you wouldn't have posted. You think somebody dumb.
When can I
get up here and you try to play these people acting like you just such a great.
I mean, this guy has really loaded this thing up with all kind of shit.
It's in the back chat, brother. I have no reason to lie to you. I'm gonna say this right here before I get off, cause this just want to just act like a little child. But I'm gonna say this before I get off. As far as the debate about the moon, I'll play with it. As far as the debate about evolution, I'll most definitely play that. Now we can do that. And if you want to do one about the Israelites again, and the one that we had about whether Israel had gods or not, whatever you want to do, that's fine with me. As far as all this back and forth today, I'm finna chill with that there. I done made my point. I said what I had to say. I showed where you be lying. That's why I got my screenshots, because you be lying. And
I
then
never lied once,
before I go, let me say. Now he clowning me for screenshots, right? But then he gonna turn around and post screenshots of when he said that the sun and the moon is not out in space. So I said,
I did not say that, bro.
I got the screenshot.
I never said that the sun and the moon. I said we're in space.
When you said something, so then when you said something about the screenshot, right? The screenshot you posted, you said you posted a screenshot to show how you said you posted a screenshot to show how dumb I am. I said, thank you. I got it right here, brother. So now you can fake and do all this stuff for all these people all you want. But I have information and I will post the whole damn
I want you
screenshot.
to. I want you
Come
to.
on, man.
And let me
We ain't playing. We
can
ain't
I
playing.
finally
We ain't playing
respond to
over here.
this? Can
Hey,
I finally
hey,
respond to this?
hey,
Because I
hey,
want you
hey,
to hear
hey.
this in front of all these people.
Can I get? Thank you. Right. And I'm about done. I'm about to land my plane with this right here. I already said that I take on whatever debate you want to take on. It's fine with me. So I'm done with it. Have it your way.
All right, let's keep everything to like 3 minutes. Like when y'all respond to somebody question, let's keep it to like that 3 minutes because
All right.
you know
Well,
what I'm saying.
I would just say, in all fairness, there's no way I can respond to all the loaded shit that he just gave in 3 minutes. There's no way.
Nah, not expecting you to that. Just you know what I'm saying. Just respond to the immediate question. You know what I'm saying. The
But
ones
yeah,
that's
some of the crucial points I wanted to get at, like he keeps running with this narrative that Heru was a gay homosexual god. And let me explain this, and maybe this will make sense to y'all. Okay, what we're looking at is they're peddling the coffin text that comes around in the middle kingdom of ancient Kemet. The middle kingdom. What I actually source up and what I go by is the text, the pyramid text that comes out of the old kingdom, which are actually that's what you would call the primary source, the primary text. Now, what I was trying to explain to him is by the time you get to the middle kingdom, you're looking at centuries later with different variations and versions of this story. Now, you have to understand that in all those centuries, we're talking almost 200 years or better, how many rulers actually took over Kemet? They weren't all the same people. That's my point. So if you want to talk about what really represents Kemet, it would make sense to me that you would go to the origin. That's what I was explaining. So if you want to have that conversation, whether Heru was a gay god or whatever, I will gladly take that debate. And I've actually put that information already in the chat, or not in the chat, but in the group, and beat you all profoundly on that. Nobody could top that information. So at the end of the day, that's dealt with. But it's mighty funny to me. I just want to address this. He's mentioning these people that he supposedly beat in debates. Like I said, it was 22 people that voted for me, 4 people voted for him. And his claim is that he beat 22 people. Well, how come you're not known bigger than what you are, Prentice? What you're known for is the screenshot king of posting screenshots that don't prove anything. And that's what happens. As far as the one book where you made up the narrative, you posted a book page that was hardly you can't even tell us the name of the book, the title of the book, nor the author. And you just created your own narrative based off a picture. The picture, what it showed was bound captives. They weren't hung. There's nothing in there. There's nothing to suggest that they were hanging people in Kemet, that they were hanging black people at that. Sure, there was many civil wars. There was prisoners of war in Kemet, but there is no proof whatsoever that they were hanging people. And that's the claim you made. You just created your own false narrative. And I happen to let you know, brother, that that's a form of intellectual dishonesty. You cannot just post book pages and create your own narrative and expect somebody to debunk that. That's what you did. And so that's what we dealing with him. A bunch of screenshots of shit that don't prove anything. He doesn't show context of anything. And I'll be honest with you. Okay, yeah. He points one source out. Let me point this out too, because I'm gonna share a screen in a second. I'm gonna go to several different group chats that he's been in, and I'm gonna show you the media files of all the endless screenshots that he just absolutely denies every source because it goes against his narrative. So my question to him is that, and I'm gonna land my plane with this. Uh, my question to him and to anybody else that wants to answer this: how is it that for nearly a decade, every single source that's presented to you is only met with screenshots of a particular section of it, a couple circles scribbled on that screenshot, and you just throw the whole thing out as garbage. So now we're talking almost a decade. I can say there's been at least 1,000 sources that he's done that to. And I'm gonna share a screen of these back chats in the media files for everybody to see his work. This is what he does. So while he's back there right now throwing random screenshots in the back chat, I see what I'm going to do is I'm going to show y'all full context of what I'm talking about. Today, you will be exposed, brother. I land my plane.
If I may, the point that you said, I said, here it go right here. I said, it's not the earth in space. It's not the moon, sun, stars, earth made of the same material. He said it was misinformation. Now, that's the actual context. That's not no half screenshot. That is the actual context of the conversation. And the things that I have shown in the back chat, those are actual conversations that we have had. I have posted damn near the full context of the screenshots. He just get mad when I expose his lies. So he told me he's gonna expose me. He haven't dropped nothing yet exposing me.
I'm still waiting. I'm still waiting for you to show the lie that I told.
And then as far as heru, this brother talking about the Middle Kingdom. Well, who was the people ruling during the Middle Kingdom? Because the Greeks didn't come along till 330.
I didn't say it was the Greeks. I didn't mention the Greeks.
I'm just asking you a question. Who was ruling?
There were several rulers. There were several rulers during the Middle Kingdom.
You meant to tell me that the pyramid text. You meant to tell me that people can go in, scribble the pyramid. They can just go in and just write their own pyramid text or things on the wall.
The pyramid text or the pyramid text. The coffin text or the coffin text. They're two different things.
Pyramid text is still on the wall. Somebody had to go in and
no, the coffin texts are not on the walls.
The coffin text is on the walls.
No, they're not.
But anyway, okay, well then. So the pyramid text on the wall, then what the papyrus of Anna and all of that good stuff. So you may tell me somebody can just go in and just scribble out some shit on the wall and just write their own stuff in there. Even in the books, you may tell me that somebody. So you're saying that the Egyptians just let people come in and just take their sacred writing and just write them and translate it however they want to without anybody overseeing it? Is that what you're saying?
If you took over a kingdom, Prentice,
right?
Don't you think you would have every right to write whatever the hell you wanted to write? Who's gonna you rule the kingdom now?
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is that if you look at Kemetic history, brother,
you talking about the Middle Kingdom, right? So who was ruling during the Middle Kingdom, and that just changed?
There were several.
Oh, okay.
There were several rulers during the Middle Kingdom. Is my point.
Well, can you show what that is when to just change the coffin text? Because the coffin text you post was it was the English version, right? So why you didn't post the original?
You can't read it.
You can't read it.
You guys can't read it. So what would you wouldn't know what the hell I gave you. I could just give you anything and say that this is it, and you wouldn't know because you can't.
And you can't.
So this is why I gave you.
If you could read the original, if you can read the original, you would post the original.
Listen, you read the Bible.
When I don't even have the original.
The Torah originally what the Torah originally is not written in English, but you read the English, don't you? So that's a bad comparison.
You fake like you know the metanoia, and you don't.
What do you mean? I don't. I have the Meta dictionary and all, bro.
The guy dictionary and say that no metanoia. They say that it's a hard language. So now somebody like,
bro, come on, man. Listen, brother. Somebody else said.
That's what some of the guys.
Is it your testimony that I don't have?
That's what.
Hold on. Is it your testimony right now that I don't have a Meta dictionary and I don't have the tools to be able to decipher glyphs? Is that all?
You haven't deciphered.
Okay, let me do this right now.
You've been up here selling.
I didn't have enough. You know what I mean? Had enough, and now I'm about to close your mouth.
You've been selling.
Now I'm about to close your mouth, bro.
You've been selling whip tickets, homeboy.
Okay, I'm about to close your mouth. I'm about to close your mouth. Don't worry.
Yeah,
don't worry.
Please don't post the English version now.
Oh, I'm not posting. I'm about to share screen, brother.
Okay, cool.
I'm about to share screen.
Hold on. Wait a minute. You said you know it, right? So you're supposed to be able to speak it without
I'm about to share
without even sharing the screen.
Let me let this document load up, and you about to eat your words, brother.
Okay, do that. But I want to see you read it though, because you said you know it. So you should look at the English now. You should be able to break it down.
Okay, so hold on. Coming in 3, 2, 1. Okay.
And why you doing
We're gonna share it.
I showed and why you doing that? I showed some of the screenshots of some of the people that I had debated, or some of the people that have voted for him. And I was definitely showed that tally stick one. And I
Okay,
showed how that Jacob
now
James
because
beat
can everybody
himself.
see this?
So I have no reason to lie.
Can everybody see this? My screen.
Con.
Okay, this is what you call the Metunetter dictionary. I'm gonna try to blow it up so you can actually see the glyphs. It gives you the transliteration, gives you the translation, and it gives you what it's known as. So when you run into the symbols, and also one thing when you read in Metunetter, you have to look at which way the people are actually facing in order to know which way to actually read the Metunetter to understand what they're trying to give you. So right here, I'm proving, brother, that I do have the Metunetter dictionary, and I do have the ability to break down what these glyphs say. This is why when Elos had put up that one sentence in Metunetter, and he asked me to translate it, I was able to translate it with no problem, no hesitation. And he didn't even give me no shit on that, which I was surprised. But the truth is, brother, I do, as you can see, I do have the tools to actually decipher and break down what the Metunetter says. So we can put that to rest.
No, we can't, because you haven't broke down what the pyramid nor the coffin text said. Until you break that down and tell us tell it what it actually means, then there's that. You don't know just by showing the dictionary and saying that you can break down one sentence. That don't mean
No,
you
it's not
understand the
break. I
language.
didn't say one
That
sentence.
don't
I
that
did
don't
not
mean
just.
you understand the language, man. Shit, I know
Did
a
I?
few
Did
words of
I? Or
Hebrew. That
did
don't
I
mean I
not?
understand Hebrew fully.
Did I? Or did I do know? I do. I understand a whole lot about the language. I actually went to school for this, which you don't like to give the university any credit, but at least I learned this stuff. You have no training in it whatsoever. What you're going off of, and this is a shame. You have spent the last 10 years arguing about mythology of Kemet and not actually arguing about the real history of Kemet. And that's what I get upset about. You guys are wasting time arguing about mythology when you're not even looking at the history or the actual people of that time. That's what pisses me off. I'll
Now
be
that's where you
completely honest with you
you're wrong,
about that.
because I have told you several times that you don't know ancient Kemetic history. So you don't know what I know. You
You
don't
don't,
know
you
who
don't, you
you
listen,
don't
you
even
can't
know
tell
who
me
I
what I
studied.
know and
Man, you
don't
don't
know.
even know who I
It's
listen to about Kemet.
my thing is
You
when
don't
you
even
tell
know
me
who
I
I
don't
listen
know
to about
something,
Kemet, brother. You don't know
every
nothing
time
about
you
Kemet.
tell me,
And then you're gonna say that all because you were able to break down one sentence. You, man,
I didn't say
bro,
one
you didn't
sentence.
even say okay, but what do you say? You said he posted something you were able to break down the whole paragraph, the whole
I,
story, or
I,
what?
I wrote down the whole I broke down the whole paragraph, and I actually went
Okay,
into the entire story of what
really?
that was translating into. Because to
Okay,
give him
but
some sound understanding on it. And he, like I said, he didn't even give me no shit about it, which I was surprised because
okay,
he
but do it
normally
now.
does.
It's that simple. Do it now. Disprove the whole thing about heru, and then I'm done with it. All you gotta do is just read the whole coffin text or pyramid text and metadata since you know it. Break it down without the dictionary, brother. You can do it now. You know what I mean?
What you mean
Talk
break it
about you
down
can
without
print
the dictionary? I'm telling you
all
right now.
right, because you got to have a dictionary because you
Listen,
don't
listen.
know.
In fact,
You
let
got
me
to
let
have a
me put it
dictionary
this
because
way.
you don't know. And
Hold
you
on,
still don't even know all these symbols.
you
Man,
don't
stop.
even want
He
to
was
let me
gonna show a
talk,
dictionary talking about he knows some symbols, talking about he knows the language. Man, stop. Stop.
brother. If you got the dictionary, the symbolism is broken down into alphabet, and you can if you're looking at Metunetter, which there's a lot of it, right? Wouldn't you be able to break down if you have the tools to? You'll be able to break down exactly what it says. I don't see what's so hard about that.
See, here's the problem, right? For
Three
people,
fourths of that language is not even spoken. What are you talking about?
see, here's the problem, right? In order to learn the language, some people it takes some people a while to learn the language without even looking at it. You know, it takes people a while to learn the language, right? So he think that by him just reading, even with Hebrew, we got the Hebrew characters,
Bro,
but
I
it's
went
still
to
some
school for
words that
6 years for this. Stop
it's
playing
still
with
some.
me.
Damn, hold on, wait a minute. You went to school for 6 years for what?
For metaphysics, I told you I have my master's in
Oh,
philosophy.
at the Dr. Phil Valentine School. Okay, cool. I ain't trying to
They
knock you,
teach,
brother.
they teach, they teach Metunetter in that school.
Right,
Yes,
right.
they
Okay,
do.
they do. They do. All right, no sweat. You got it.
I'm just saying. You listen.
You
This
got it,
is
brother.
what. Let me just say this, brother.
You got it.
Let's deal with the information. You work so hard to just discredit me, but yet all you're throwing around is disbelief. You have not and will not put up any information that supports anything you're talking about. And as far as the one source you brought up about the Institute for Creation Research, I just showed you why that's not even it's not even accepted by the scientific community. Why? Because it's not peer reviewed information. They're
And
crafty.
and and the funny thing about that is when I showed you the scientific journals and peer review information that they use, you discredit that.
No,
And
you
then
didn't show me
and
anything
then
that's peer
and
reviewed. You
and
showed me a
then
list of
and
people. You
and
showed me
then
a list of people as their reference.
the lobby
And I
group, the lobbyist group that you use to try to discredit them, they were in a damn lawsuit for defamation of character of the Institute for Creation. Stop
bro,
playing, man.
stop it. And they
You
trust me,
stop.
they didn't
You
win
stop
that. They
playing.
didn't win that argument.
You stop
Listen,
playing.
what you presented. Hold on,
Stop playing.
I put up yesterday on purpose, and this is why I know you skim through sources, because what you posted yesterday, I turned around and I actually put that debate out there. It was Dr. Miller versus
Mm-hmm.
Morris. This was
Mm-hmm.
in 1984. The source you
Absolutely.
put up yesterday was debunked in 1984, brother. That's why I posted it. But I
Uh,
knew you wouldn't read
no,
it. I knew you was
no,
just gonna write
no,
it off
no,
as garbage
no,
because it
no, it
doesn't
was
fit your narrative.
no, it
That's
was
what happened yesterday. I
no,
did
it was
source that up.
because matter of fact, you posted a debate and you didn't even read it. I
What do
ran
you
the
mean?
circle some
Why would
areas.
I
You
post
didn't read
something
the
I
debate.
didn't
You just
read,
posted the
bro?
debate and you didn't read it. We had this discussion in, I think it was in
Why
your
would I post
inbox.
something I didn't read? And
We
like I
had
just
this
said,
discussion
it's
in your
validating
inbox,
everything I'm talking
brother.
about.
We had
You
this
didn't even
discussion in
know.
your inbox.
You
You
did
know what I
not
mean?
know.
I know
Hold on.
about that
He
debate
didn't
because
know.
matter of fact, I know about the debate with the Dr. Graham Lawton. Who is Graham Lawton?
Brother, we talking about
Who
Miller
is Graham?
versus
Who
Morris
is
right
Graham
now.
Lawton, sir?
We
Who
are
is Graham
talking
Lawton?
about Miller versus Morris
Who
right
is
now.
Graham? But who is Graham Lawton?
What you
Who
posted
is Graham Lawton?
yesterday.
Who
Hold
is
on, what
Graham
he
Lawton?
posted yesterday.
That's what I thought. Thank you. Case closed.
Dog, listen. What you posted
Anyway,
yesterday
hey,
was
I done gave this
debunked
brother. I done gave this
in
brother my synopsis. I done gave
1984.
you my time. It's whatever you want to do about this debate. I got screenshots that show you a liar. The 22 people that voted for you, which I was one
Ain't
of.
no screenshots
The
on there
other
to
people
show no
that the
lie.
other people that
I
voted
looked
for
at all
you,
your
I have
screenshots.
put
Can
our
somebody take a
discussions
look
up
back
there
there while we on
away.
here?
I have beaten
And they
them.
can y'all
I
can
have
shout
beaten
it out
them.
for the
I
camera
have
because
beaten them
the
on
audience ain't in the
every
back chat.
topic. Hey man, it's back there. I'm waiting on you to drop
The
yours. You
audience
ain't dropped
ain't back
nothing yet.
there. So can somebody go back there in the back chat out of anybody else that's on this
Right.
phone?
Please do.
And if can y'all tell me on there where anything y'all see I lied about in those little few screenshots that he sent?
Please do.
Because I don't see it.
Please. I know you don't see it. Why would you see it? You wouldn't see it. I know you
Where's
would.
the lie, Prentice?
I know you
Where
would.
is the lie
And
that
then you
I
talking about.
told?
I'm talking about the people that the people that voted for you. You're gonna say I'm lying about being there. Then you say that I will be known worldwide, nigga. This
We're
is
right here,
crazy.
right here.
Hold
Hold
on,
on. This
hold
first
on,
screenshot. I just look at this.
hold
Look
on
at
for a
this.
second. Wait a minute, let me
This
get this out. Nigga, this is Facebook. People don't know you. You got a whole damn debate group on YouTube with heavy hitter debate, nigga. Ain't nobody up there. Nobody know you.
brother, I've known
Hey
by a
nigga,
whole lot
ain't
more
nobody
people.
coming to
A whole
see
lot more
you.
people than what
The
you thinking.
sister Dr.
But
Sweet
this
beat
ain't a
the damn
popularity
brakes off you.
contest. Let me
The
just tell
sister
you this.
Dr.
This ain't
Sweet
a
Tooth beat
popularity
the
contest.
sister Dr.
What I'm
Sweet.
telling
What
you
nigga you
is
just
that
said it was a popularity contest. What you talking about? Don't nobody know me. You said I'll be bigger than what I am, nigga. We're in a
you
damn group
should
chat.
be if
You know what I
you didn't
mean?
beat
We're in
20
a
if
group
you didn't
chat,
beat
in a back
22
chat.
people in
Nigga,
a
stop.
debate.
Stop it.
If you didn't beat 20, if you
Stop
didn't beat 22
Stop
people in the
it, nigga.
debate, your
This
name
moment,
would
no,
be
nigga.
bigger
This
than
right,
what
he
it
was just,
is.
nigga. It was just conversations in
Flat
that
out.
group, nigga.
Nobody
Nigga,
knows
stop
you,
playing.
Prince.
It's
Nobody
just
knows you.
conversations in that group, nigga. Stop
Nobody
it.
knows you, brother.
Stop it. Nobody knows you. You got a
There's
whole
a lot of people that know me, brother.
and then nigga, you try to come up against the ISUPK and that shitty ass debate group you got on YouTube. Nigga, stop. Ain't hard nobody watch that bullshit. I would have wanted to pump up that debate that me and you had, nigga. Nigga, stop.
Man,
Nigga,
stop.
stop.
If you call that
Stop.
debate, that's why.
Stop
Let me point
Stop
that out.
playing. And then
He
you did
mentioned the
post.
one
Please
brother.
do so.
Hold on,
Please
look,
do
bro.
so.
See, now you gonna cut
Please
me
do
off. You
so. I
just
can
said
post the damn transcript.
Order.
I'm
Please,
gonna post this. I'm
order.
gonna post this
he just ain't
transcript.
gonna
I'm
stop,
gonna
bro.
post this transcript to show that you didn't even have
Bro,
no
listen,
source,
the
nigga.
transcripts.
You
Look,
didn't
wait
even.
till y'all see these transcripts. Y'all gonna laugh
This
y'all
nigga
ass
wasn't even
off when y'all see
prepared
these
for the debate,
transcripts.
man. Stop playing.
Let me tell y'all gonna see
Stop
how
playing.
terrible this
Stop
dude
playing.
is. When y'all read these transcripts,
Please.
you know how you can get the transcripts off of YouTube, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what he has the screenshots of the transcripts. The
Mm-hmm.
transcripts, you got to think that it's like it's kind of like voice to text, right? So the words don't even make sense on the damn transcript. So that's why I don't even understand why he's using that. If you
And
look
you know
at the
what's so funny?
context of what's said on that shit, you can't even make out what the hell half of it said.
Absolutely.
And then he
But you know
sat
what's
up
so
here
funny?
and hold
But
on,
you
hold
know what's
on,
so funny though?
hold on, bro. Don't cut
Let
me
me tell
off,
you what.
man.
Wait a minute.
Hold
Wait a
on,
minute.
don't
Let me tell
cut
you
me.
what's so funny.
Come on,
Let me tell you
man.
what's so
See,
funny about that.
do we have
All
some
you got
order?
to do is go to the damn timestamp, and you'll see who talking. Okay, go ahead. Then I'll put it out there. Go ahead, bro. My bad. I'm
Okay,
sorry. I
so
apologize.
now look, let me go ahead and put this out here. So he keeps lying and saying we put him off the show. So what I did was is I had set up a call with him, the moderators we had two moderators now on that particular debate. We had two. And both of them told him to his face that he was a damn liar. Nobody kicked him off that show. And this is why, let me explain why he lost that debate. Okay, so we were debating the scientific explanation as to why animals have their spots and stripes, which it does have a lot to do with evolution, which was my premise. And he was supposed to give the biblical interpretation. This fool abandoned the Bible completely and just picked up science. That's where you lost that. You just don't want to see that because you just didn't want to lose. That's fine. But what I'm saying is the moment you leave your premise and pick up science in that type of debate, you lost, brother. You lost. And anybody could tell you that. Anybody could tell y'all. I'm sure all of y'all have seen many debates on YouTube or whatever, right? So all I'm asking y'all right now is if he was supposed to use the Bible as his premise and mine was a scientific premise, the moment he abandoned the Bible and picked up science, he lost the debate. It's just plain and simple.
Are you done?
No, I'm not done.
Okay, go ahead. I can't wait to bust this open. Go ahead, bro.
But again, back here, all these screenshots that he's showing, not one of these screenshots is showing anything that I've supposedly lied about. Nothing. He can't show nothing I lied about. This first screenshot I wanted to address here, where he shows this here where it says where he said, is the earth not in space? Is not the moon, sun, and stars and earth made of the same materials? I said misinformation. Why did I say misinformation? Because suns and stars are composed of pretty much the same materials, but the earth and the moon is not. And that's why I said it's misinformation. I even used Meta AI today in the chat, so he could actually see his error. And I bet you he bypassed that, just said it's garbage because it's AI. But he doesn't realize every time he uses Google, he's using AI. He doesn't realize it. One thing I do like about AI, and I'm gonna point this out, Prentice, is it cuts out all the clickbait. You can get straight to the source that you're looking for with AI. You definitely can. You can look up any peer-reviewed articles that you may look, trying to find. You can find that and even get a nice synopsis of what it's talking about. So there's nothing wrong with AI, bro. As long as you can validate and verify the information, I don't see what the problem is. But again, I hate to keep going back and forth, but it's just that he said so much that I have to cover a lot. He said so much, I don't want to leave like no stone unturned, so to speak. But the truth is this, man. As far as that sun and moon, the moon stuff, bro, I have given you I don't know how much information on that. As a matter of fact, I'm not. Let me keep my promise here. Let me keep my promise here. Hold on. I want to keep my promise because I want to share a screen and I want to show you what he does in these chats.
You
Let's
still
go
talking
to the
about
next.
you still talking about what I'm
Hold
doing
on,
in the
hold on,
chat?
hold on,
He
hold
hadn't
on,
produced. He
hold
hadn't
on, brother.
produced
Hold on. You
anything
you
which
had
can
your
prove me
chance.
wrong.
Let me rock. You had your chance. Let me rock. I want to share this screen
I
because
thought
I
you were
want to
done.
show people exactly what you do.
Sure, please, so I can get to this debate thing, so I can read. Because all you got to do is go to the timestamp, and you will see right here at the 40. It was 45 minutes and 45 minutes and 1 second.
Okay,
Right.
so can y'all see the screen?
I'll get that.
Can y'all see the screen?
Ain't no big deal.
Okay, so okay, So look,
Well,
I'm
I
gonna
can't
start
see it.
here.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna
are you in the
start
back
here.
chat? Because I don't see
Hey,
anything in
real
there
quick
chat.
before
Can
y'all
you send
start,
us some more stuff?
Karima, would you like to tell everybody that's in you know, that's watching and listening in? Can you break down what's been going on from the beginning? Con, throw it on. Okay, so these brothers have been debating their points of view on, like, you know, the sun and the moon, and uh, I guess now they're getting down to uh, about what they had debates on before and everything. So chime in.
Yeah,
Hey,
yeah, brother. I was going. I just wanted if I could chime in. Honestly, why this is even taking place today? This started in the final battle group a couple days ago, and what he did is he tried to conflate and say that evolution was Greek philosophy, and there, my brother James Cassell actually tried to take his back and defend that nonsense. And so when I seen James Cassell back here in the chat, I wanted to go ahead and show him why he was in error. And then he tried to backpedal and run from it. So what I did is I added Prentice back here in the chat so he could see that the person that had his back on that actually backpedaled when he seen the information. Because evolution and Greek philosophy is two different things. So that's how he ended up in this chat. But
Okay,
as you guys can
so
see,
on that point, because I me for one, I don't really concern with evolution either. So could you well, I understand that philosophy and science and everything is two different things. So like I'm just trying to understand the real confliction between it all.
okay, so the real confliction is here. Whether people want to agree with it or not, that's besides the point. But as it stands right now, evolution is fact and both fact and scientific theory. You can look this up. I can show right now if need be. But evolution is definitely fact and scientific theory. These guys are telling me, oh, it's pseudoscience, it's garbage, it's Greek philosophy, a whole bunch of nonsense, but nothing to disprove the massive amount of empirical evidence that supports evolution. So a lot of times, I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. It's not that people don't agree with evolution. It's just that they don't understand it. Because that's the thing about evolution. You don't believe evolution. You either understand it or you don't.
I
So
guess I
so
don't understand
I
it
was getting
then,
a lot
but
of. He
I was
was
gonna
trying to
say
get
you.
me.
My
Oh, go
bad,
ahead. I'm
brother. I
sorry.
ain't trying to cut you off. I was gonna say, like, I don't understand it then, but you know what I'm saying. If you want to go ahead and finish with your point that you were making before, and then we can go to evolution after that, if you don't mind.
Wait a minute. Well, can I speak after that?
Uh, well, let him finish his point first, and then, brother, you can respond.
Cool.
Yeah, yeah. Because as far as like I said, and as far as evolution, it's one of those things you either understand it or you don't. And one of the big mistakes that people make is well, one that my opponent here seems to make all the time is he likes to bring up the fossil records. And I keep explaining to him that sure, that's what science does. We falsify information, but we try to falsify to get down to the bottom of things. Now, because they did falsify some different types of different skeletal records or whatever, that doesn't mean that they falsified all fossil records completely. They did not. There's still enough fossil records to show a evolutionary pattern, is what I'm saying, and I can articulate and show that. Why I did want to do this before I got off the thing. I just wanted to show this is the back chat. Okay, if everybody see the screen here, all you see here is nothing but nonstop screenshots from this guy. Nonstop screenshots. Nonstop. Hold on, let's keep going. It got so bad that we had literally like a meme war back here. But as you can see, this is what I'm saying. this is we dealing right here with evolution. I was showing him that we have a common ancestor. It doesn't say that we come from monkeys or apes. It doesn't say that. That you're not going to find that in any book on evolution or anthropology. But yet, what he does is he circles stuff he doesn't understand, and he says, "Well, this is garbage." That's exactly what he does. As you can look back here, it's continuous, nonstop. Hold on, this is all memes and shit that he just continues to post. All this stuff, every source you could see here, every source.
Hey, Ark, real quick, go
What
back up
source
to
is he
the
talking
lady.
about?
Go back up to the dude with the monkey body with the human head on it. Right there.
Where at?
Right there.
This one.
The
Okay, so
gray, the
before
silverback.
I post that, let me explain why this happened. Okay, the guy Kofi in the final battle had took pictures, took some of my wife's pictures and put her on memes and shit.
Oh, con,
Prentice,
my bad. I ain't
hold on,
even know
hold
that
on,
was.
hold on. Prentice, on the other hand, what he did is he thought it'd be a good idea to start posting those memes against my wife in the group and shit. So what I did was, in return, I put his wife on memes, and so
Y'all
I
crazy,
made her
man.
Donkey Kongus. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all
I told him I'm
stupid.
funnier. I'm funnier when it comes to this shit. You know what I'm saying? So I told him before, don't play with the memes because I'm a lot funnier. This is perfect example. Elos made this meme, but he loves to peddle other people's shit. And then when you get on his ass with shit that you make, now he cry about it. But as you guys can see back here, there's there's tons of this is all his shit, mainly of him circling shit he don't understand. Screenshots of him. Look at this. Screenshots of him talking to himself. He's not showing the context of anything. He'll put this out there and say, "Well, I whooped you. I whooped you." I just want to show this. I made this. Listen, we've been through all the information on the moon and shit. After I gave him all that information on the moon, he still was continuing. This is why I made this meme. I made him moonlight. It was a joke, sure. But my point is, for years, me and him been going at it. I've always just put him on memes. I've never would have thought to put his wife on memes until he started peddling memes with my wife on it. But I just wanted to show y'all that I'm not lying about anything. As we get back here, this is look at all this, all these screenshots of him circling shit that he just does not understand. And he'll taken and these this is actually a peer-reviewed source right here. It's crazy. It's crazy. So that's the point I was just trying to make, y'all. I don't want to bore y'all, but going through all these endless screenshots that this guy's dropped, he's probably dropped 1 million in this chat. This is ridiculous. So I want to point that out. This so that
Is
I
my
ain't got
turn
no
now?
reason to lie. Every source that's presented to this guy, he does the same exact thing with it. He'll open it up, take a screenshot, throw a couple quick circles on it, and say it's garbage.
Is it my
That's
turn?
not the way debates work.
Is it my turn?
Go ahead, brother.
Now, here's the problem with that. Going back to the meme war, what Kofi and Elo has done, I have nothing to do with that.
You're
And
peddling their
actually,
memes.
yesterday,
You're peddling their memes.
now I said
When you
quiet the
post a
whole
meme
while.
with when you
This
post
man
their
wasn't even
memes
there.
with my
I
wife
posted
on
the.
it, you open the
I was
game for
quiet the
your
whole
wife.
while this man was talking. See what I mean?
I'm just saying, you open up this fair game,
So,
brother.
so what they
What's
was
that
doing,
order?
right? I didn't even I didn't even know nothing about that. I didn't even know how to make memes. This brother, during our first altercation, this brother gonna post a meme with me talking I was a 600-pound man. He was talking about I was fat and I didn't lose weight and all this stuff. That's cool. That's what he done during our first debate. And I actually showed where it was over. I took the picture last year, but it was over 3 years ago when he posted that picture. First he made one picture about me with a dildo around it. Then he made another meme with me and a bunch of dildos around it. Then he made another meme about some other foolishness, and I put that in the back chat where it said that it was a year or so ago. So what he talking about, he is directly lying. And then the fact it was another discussion that we had. That's when he put my wife on the meme, right? And so that's when I made that meme with his wife with them dirty feet. You mean? You understand what I mean? So he was trying to come at me and clown me about my weight and try to clown my wife, and I had never come at this man's wife. This man had posted memes of my children.
Oh,
And
you're
they're
lying.
talking this
You're
shit.
lying. And the
Well,
and the
your
people
wife have,
viewing this
nigga,
is
and I got
laughing
the
at you because they
motherfucking millions
lying.
of
They
proof.
know you're
Nigga,
lying.
can I speak, nigga? Every time I say something, it touches
No,
the
but
nigga
you're
feelings.
sitting
He
up here
get in, he
lying,
start
bro.
running his damn
Sitting
mouth.
up here
So you
lying.
know I'm touching
Hey,
his
y'all,
heart.
let's keep
You know I'm
some
touching
order,
this nigga
okay?
heart. You understand
Chill
what I'm
out.
saying? I'm touching this nigga heart
You're
because he
sitting
start
up
running
here
his
lying,
punk ass
bro.
mouth. You mean? You feel what I'm
He's sitting
saying?
up here lying.
This bitch nigga start running his punk ass mouth and I start touching his heart. Right?
Everybody knows these guys get personal when they getting hit with that information.
Absolutely. And that's what you do. And that's why
It
you
happens
made them
every
memes
time.
of
Hey,
all
hey,
of
hey.
us.
Go
You
ahead,
made all them
let him talk,
suspect
bro.
memes of me and
Let
them
you
brothers,
talk.
nigga.
Go ahead, let
And
him talk, okay?
thank you. Please, he won't let me talk. He just started running his mouth because he touched. He know I'm
It's
telling the
all
truth
good.
on his
All right, go
lying ass.
ahead and make,
He
you
know
know
I'm
what
telling
I'm
the truth
saying?
on his lying ass. You dig? And as far as he talking about, now this brother, right? He talking about that I read. He talking about that I just circle the shit and scribble it and circle it, right? But he's supposed to understand this information, right? So if I circle something and say, well, hey, brother, what's wrong with this right here? He's supposed to be able to break it down, but he can't do that. That's because he don't know the information.
He doesn't do that.
Oh my goodness.
Even Sister
If
Karima
you circle
seen
something,
that.
nigga, and show the point where you wrong at, or either if I find fault with the information, you supposed to teach it. Nigga, I asked you several times to explain this, and you couldn't. Even we were talking about answering questions.
That's
You
a
couldn't
lie.
answer questions. Nigga, you lying. You lying to these people.
That's a lie.
You lying
Karima
to
is
these
my
people.
witness.
And
She's
if
sitting right here
then,
on this
and then
call,
he's
bro.
talking about the
She's seen you do it.
screenshots. That's why I take the screenshots of this line, nigga, to catch him in his line.
She's seen you do it, brother. We was just
Absolutely.
discussing that
And I
before
told you
when
why I
got
do
on
it,
the
and that's
phone.
why I take screenshots of your line ass, nigga. When you
You
said something about when I
screenshots
asked
out
you,
there with
I
stuff
said was
circled,
not the
but you
earth
don't
in space,
articulate.
was not the
You
Let's
moon
don't
in
get
space,
some
and was it
order.
not
you
no
don't
Y'all stop
this nigga
articulate
won't
arguing
let
what you're
me
back
talk.
and
trying to
forth.
area.
Stop
This
arguing
nigga
back
want
and forth,
this
and
nigga won't
y'all
let me
go
talk.
ahead.
But bro,
I
every
feel, I
time I
feel.
start talking,
All
he
right, so
cut me
look,
off.
so look, so
Every time I
look.
start
This is what
talking, he
we
cut
do.
me off.
This is what
He
we'll do
touchy.
then.
He
Every
touchy.
time,
He can't
every
handle it.
time.
Go on in there.
Okay, look. Every
Damn.
time it's somebody turn to talk, the other person mute your mic. Just bite your tongue until it's your turn to talk. Ark,
Every time I start
don't
talking, this line nigga cut me off, man.
listen, Ark. Just go ahead and get to your point.
He
All right.
touchy. That's my point. He touchy. He can't handle the facts.
I get
That's
it.
why he get mad at the screenshots. The screenshots hurt him. He talking about they pointless and
Ain't
endless.
nobody mad
I was
about no
waiting on this.
screenshots.
Look
I
at him.
just
Look
showed
at him.
your
Look at him.
screenshots.
Look at him. Look at him. Still.
I'm just saying,
He
brother.
can't
I'm
control
just saying.
himself.
I just showed his
He can't contain
screenshots.
himself.
Who's mad about that? Who's
This
mad
brother
about him
cannot
talking on
contain himself.
screenshots? That's my
Look
whole
at
point.
him. Look at him.
My whole
Go ahead,
point is
man.
this.
Go ahead.
Watch
Go
this,
ahead.
bro.
Go ahead.
Karima is on this call
You
right
got it.
now. We just was
Go ahead.
saying on this call before everybody joined on the call. We
Go
just
ahead.
was saying this. What
Go
he's
ahead.
doing is he'll just throw screenshots up there. He
Go ahead.
won't even articulate what's his issue with the source. He won't
Go ahead.
articulate. He'll just throw a
Go
screenshot
ahead.
up there and throw some circles on it and say, well, you're debunked.
Hey,
You're
check
not
it out.
articulating what
Do
you want,
Do
what
you
you
want me
have
to
a
call you
problem with.
Magneto or Hero or something?
Yeah, both names.
Okay, so I'm gonna just call you Magneto. Um, but yeah, stop cutting them off. All right, go ahead and let him talk. I
Thank you.
understand y'all doing all the trash talk back and forth and everything. That needs to stop because y'all
But
supposed to be debating. You
but
feel me?
bro, every time I say something,
Well,
this man got
this
to run
actually
his
this
mouth.
I
actually ain't a
Look
understand,
at
debate.
him.
but
Look
so
at him. He
This
listen,
won't
wouldn't
even
even
listen.
contain
technically
himself.
be a
So
debate because we don't
Prince,
even
look,
have rounds or anything.
Prince, look.
Yes, sir.
Go ahead and make your point. You know what I'm saying? Stop trash talking and go ahead and just what I'm saying,
But I can't make my
argue your
point because
point.
every time I say something, he run his mouth.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like whenever it's somebody turn to talk, the other person mute their mic and you just chime in when it's time for you to.
Right. I
Don't
was
y'all
quiet.
don't have to.
Bro,
I understand that that's
I
what
was
you've been
quiet during
doing.
his whole spiel.
Come on. So go ahead, Hero. Please have patience. Let this man go ahead and talk. You know what I'm saying? But y'all gotta stop the trash talking back and forth. You know
Man,
what I'm
listen.
saying?
Hey, you know what, bro? I get you. After this, I'm gonna say this right here,
Come on.
and I'm gonna be done because I got something to do. Right, but I'm gonna say this right here. As far as the memes, listen, this brother, he can talk about me all he wants. He can post all the fat memes, and I got proof that he started that first. So I ain't really worried about that. I don't care about that. He talk about me all he wants. He can make all the fat memes and all that bullshit. See, but here's the problem though. When he talk about evolution, right? He called my wife a silverback and talking about she Donkey Kong this. Well, nigga, wouldn't that make her your ancestor? When I asked him about the common ancestor, he don't even know. He can't even explain that. And I have the screenshot
Yes,
where
I
I
can.
asked, where is look at.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I have and I can't.
This motherfucker cannot contain himself.
I'm just saying because
Yo,
you sitting up here lying. I don't know how
y'all
many
gotta
people sit
Nigga,
stop.
back and
nigga, is you
just
on
take
your
that,
damn
bro.
period or what, nigga? God damn, nigga on his
Yo,
fucking period. Can't contain
y'all
himself.
making
He
my
running his
job
shit
hard as
ass
hell.
mouth. This nigga won't let me talk. I must be touching his punk ass. and bring your ass to North Carolina, boy. You
Chill
and
out,
that
chill
bitch
out,
Frank
chill out.
Fidel.
No,
That Frank
we
Fidel nigga told me he was gonna
uh,
shoot me. Nigga, I want y'all to come to North
y'all stop
Carolina. I
all them
guarantee you.
threats and
I
everything,
guarantee you,
okay?
them 223s will light your motherfucking ass up. You and Frank
Karima, we
Fidel and
might have
whoever
to
threatened me,
end this
nigga.
debate, man.
Yeah, we
These
gonna end it
boys
because
are
he's a bitch.
crazy.
Every time I say something, he run his fucking mouth. Then him and Frank Fidel talking about they gonna shoot me and he coming to North Carolina and all that bullshit. Then his punk ass boy put my address all up there. Nigga, I'll tell you what, y'all bring your ass here to this motherfucking house. You will leave in the motherfucking hearse, nigga. The ambulance gonna pick y'all niggas up. So that's that. I can't even say nothing because the bitch nigga keep running his motherfucking mouth. Nigga, get off your
Look,
motherfucking period, nigga. Let me talk, nigga. Your
look,
ass ducking.
I'm sure ain't nobody finna travel across states so they can either get shot or go to jail. Y'all chill out.
No,
Like I
this
said,
bitch nigga
y'all,
disrespecting my wife, talking about I respected his
I
wife first.
understand
His
that.
wife a motherfucking hoe. She in
I
everybody's
understand
face
that.
running her mouth.
Man, my wife
Man,
ain't no hoe,
Nigga,
y'all,
don't
man.
keep fucking
Stop
with me,
that
y'all,
homeboy.
bullshit. You
Don't keep
y'all
fucking with me,
chill
ain't
man.
out, man.
nobody my wife
Keep
has
fucking
been
with me,
with,
man.
nigga. Nobody.
Fucking with me,
We
man.
gonna have
That
to
bitch
do
My
ass
wife
nigga,
part
been
his
with
two,
wife
in the
got something
part
to
past
say
2
about
four of
every
this
years. I'm
shit,
motherfucking
man.
tired of
thing.
Y'all
it.
doing
Your
too
ass
much.
nigga
All right,
won't even let me talk, man. Nigga won't even let
No,
me
I'm
finish
just
what the
tired
fuck I'm
of it, man.
saying.
These guys, what they do is they get personal
No,
and then
nigga,
they
you
cry
heard. You
victim
don't
when
want
you
to
go
get
back
personal,
at
nigga.
their
Post
ass.
everybody motherfucking address up there, nigga. You posted the other brother address. Motherfucker posting people addresses, man.
hey, chill.
I got you.
Con,
I
please.
got you.
He can't contain himself.
I got you. But I'm
Damn.
just saying, it seems like he's
I was
able to.
quiet the
Yeah,
whole while while he
and
talking.
look,
It
and
seems like
Prince,
he's able to just sit here and unload and unload and unload, and
Con,
I can't respond.
y'all.
Well,
Well, is it still my turn
Thank you,
because he
sis.
cut me off several times?
I'm
That's all
just
I want
saying,
to
It's,
it
know.
it's
seems
still
like
your turn. Go
It
ahead and
seems
take
like
your
he's
turn,
just
but
able to
y'all
just
got
go on and on and on.
Okay, boom.
right. That
I don't
also
have no
means
problem with
Well,
it.
y'all
It just
don't.
seems like he's able to go on
That
and on and
also
on, and I
means
can't
y'all don't
respond.
need to be talking over me. So when I'm asking y'all respectfully, calm down, stop using all this vulgar language and everything because it's not fruitful. Not to the conversation. Y'all ain't we not teaching nothing, we not learning nothing. We just hearing y'all run y'all mouth. And that's
well,
not what these people came in here for. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
not what I came in here for, honestly, bro. I'm just saying, it seems like y'all letting him just go on and on and on about a whole
I,
bunch of irrelevant shit, and we not even on the topic.
like
I
I
just
said, I've
assumed that
been the
all the
whole time.
screenshots and what he
All I've been
does.
trying to do is get y'all back on topic. I want y'all to go in, argue strong points. You know what I'm saying? Make some sense with what you got, what you presenting, and you know what I'm saying. And let that be that. We let the audience determine who won the debate. I'm just here to try to keep the peace between y'all, cause I understand y'all from two different I don't want to use this term, but two different beliefs and or religions, whatever you want to call it, lifestyles. You know what I'm saying? And y'all just putting y'all putting out what y'all believe in. So just go ahead with that. You know what I'm saying? Without all the bickering and going back and forth because it's childish now. You know what I'm saying? Prince, like I said, just calm down. Stop using all the vulgar language towards the man,
I
bro. Stop
apologize.
making posts about his wife and putting gorillas, silverbacks, and shit. Like y'all, chill out, man.
I apologize, bro.
Bro,
Now, is it my turn? Cause he cut me off several times. I can't
Come
even
on,
finish what I'm
come
saying.
on. Okay, go
And
ahead,
with
bro.
that being said, I'm not even gonna go back and forth with the memes. I posted when it all started, how he started putting me on memes, and that's fine. I'm cool with that. But when he started attacking my family, then his wife put my family up there. Now that's a whole different ball game, right? And so then he had threatened me. I posted the meme where he threatened me to be even one of these debates we had is on the Sister Ivory page. I see if I can find it. He told me he was gonna beat my ass and all that stuff. That's fine. I'm cool with all that. You know what I mean? So I ain't gonna say nothing else about the memes. I'm gonna leave all that alone. But the screenshots, now I will go with that because that's why I post screenshots to catch him in his lies because he be lying.
Hey,
Okay,
look, go
so that's
ahead and
that.
get
When
on the topic though. We was just
right,
discussing
okay,
evolution and
cool.
everything, so go
So
ahead.
as far as evolution, right? I most definitely don't believe in evolution because I asked for the common ancestor, right? So if there's a common ancestor, where did the common ancestor come from, and who created the common ancestor, right? So they say evolution said that it's a one-cell organism that came out of the primordial waters, right? And from this species, it morphed or changed into several different species, right? So with that being said, how is that even possible? And then when he said that he said at one post he said that we are great apes, and then he said that we aren't great apes, but then he said that we share the common ancestor with the great ape. So I just want to know, where does the great ape come from? Who created the great ape, and how did the great ape transform to the great ape, to the monkey, to the horse, to the cat, to the dog, to the pig, to us humans? You know, I just want to know, how did all this happen? So he's saying it's concrete evidence. He said the evolution is fact. Well, you got microevolution, then you got macroevolution. Talking about this facts, right? Now, as far as evolution, as far as from a baby, as far as an embryo to a child, to an infant, to a teen, to an adult, well, yes, I do believe in certain aspects of evolution. But the evolution that he's talking about, there is absolutely no proof that we share a common ancestry with apes. It just don't. I haven't seen it. Then it says that we share 95% of our DNA with apes and chimps, but it's 5% of that missing. So wouldn't that be a problem, right? Even people, we don't have the same DNA. Each person has their own identity, unique DNA marker, right? And there's no way that we share DNA with apes and monkeys. It's just not possible. I mean, if that's the case, when people need blood and you don't care about the monkey blood, right? But I have seen where they have put a pig heart. What happened? The person died. Didn't even last that long. And then a scripture, since I am a Bible man, and in Corinthians, I want to say 2 Corinthians 15, chapter, when it says different flesh. There's the flesh of man and the flesh of ape, well, flesh of
Real quick.
animal.
Hey, bro, you mute your mic.
So the Bible says that we don't have the same flesh as apes, right? So where is he getting this from? That we have the same common ancestry with apes, right? And as far as the sun and the moon, okay, I concede it. I said he got me on that, right? So he talking about that, how I circle. He talking about I take a screenshot and I circle certain parts of it. Well, that's because I actually read the information and I circle certain parts that just didn't make sense. This is my last time saying this. So in order for him to be the teacher, if he saw where I circled it and he saw where I didn't understand it, he was supposed to be able to tell me what's wrong. But instead, he'll go post another source. That still it still didn't clarify the answer that I had. You get what I'm saying? But as far as the moon and all that good stuff, that's cool. He got me on that. I'll take that. But as far as us being Israelites or whatever else he tried, oh man, it's just so much that this cat have not even post not one source, even in that final battle, even in that heavy hitters debate when he was talking about the screenshots. All you got to do is click the timestamp is right next to the person that we're talking. All you got to do is click on the timestamp and it will show you. It will bring up that part of the video and you will hear the person verse that's talking. You know what I mean? Here, like it's that hard. It's not that hard. All you gotta do is click on the timestamp. You will see where the moderator ran off. You will see where they were complaining about me using the Bible. Matter of fact, you will see when I open up about the Bible. I posted 2 Timothy 2:15, study to show yourself approved. I posted Hebrews 5:12 when it says, when though you ought to be teachers, you needed one to teach you again. I posted those scriptures when I started. You understand what I'm saying? So he said that I abandoned the Bible. That is a complete lie. I even read the scripture in Genesis. You understand? When how
Uh,
Jacob took Laban's
hey,
sheep
I
and
think
goats.
that's the timer.
Okay.
Karima, are we using this as a timer? Okay, cool.
All right. All right. I'm ready to go ahead and go. Um,
Real quick, my bad for cutting you off like that, Ark. We're gonna go ahead and let him go.
Okay. So yeah, what I was saying before is that what we were talking about is what happens is this brother will take a screenshot, he'll circle some things, and he'll just throw that out there in the chat. He will not articulate what his issue is with the source. He doesn't say specifically, well, I don't understand this. He doesn't do that. He'll just throw it up here and say, oh, I whooped you. I whooped you. That's not how it works. So anyway, moving along, I don't want to waste time rebuttaling him. I just want to get right into the information. So hold on one second. Let me go ahead and try to share this screen. 2 seconds here for this to start. Okay. So again, this is why I gravely tell people to stop debating things that they don't understand. Because he studied asking for stuff that he's already.
Did we lose him?
I'm not sure what happened. He probably looking something up. Uh,
All right, someone give me a summary of what's going on back here, man. I'm just pulling up.
okay, so they've been discussing the sun and the moon. We had some argument back and forth for a little bit, and then they started getting on the topic of evolution. So like it's getting there.
If I may, right? This brother said
Yeah.
that I read the source that he posts and I circle it, right? So if I read the post and circle it, when the common sense say, well, hey, this brother circled this post, he circled this part of it, let me explain it to him. See, when I debate, right, I try to answer every bullet point that a person may bring up. So even the thing that it was something about the Israelite, I answered every question that this brother had, and I posted sources. You know what I mean? That's why I keep my tag on screenshot, because this cat be lying. So I'm just gonna leave it like that. The dude is a liar. You understand what I'm saying? He's a liar, and he can't debate. He just can't. He just put something up there without reading it. Then when I read it, then he'll get mad. But I just wait till he get back on. I'm
No,
gonna wait till he get back.
I understand. You know what I'm saying? Like you read a post, you highlighted something that you didn't really understand, or you know what I'm saying, you wanted to touch bases on, and you felt like he just didn't give you the answer that you needed, or give you the answer at all. Like you know what I'm saying. But that's why I was saying like there's a lot of that's where a lot of the arguing and stuff come in, because you know what I'm saying, it's more feelings involved than you know what I'm saying getting understanding. So I understand the confusion and everything and where it's all coming from, but at the same time, that's why I was like, y'all may got two different beliefs and everything, but try to give each other some kind of respect, yeah. Cause
But
I heard you when you got mad.
brother, I'm gonna be honest with you, and not to cut you off. And I
Okay,
No,
don't
you
my
good.
bad, my bad. So
I don't
Okay.
respect him at
did
all.
my did I fall off the call?
Yeah, you did.
Okay, so y'all didn't get to see any of that.
No.
Okay, what I was trying to show here is that I had let me try to do it again. I want to share screen. And what I was showing here is this is a actual this is another peer reviewed journal that he just kind of circled stuff on it that he didn't understand and said that it was garbage. And I'm going to show you, he just got through speaking on single cell organisms, right? He just got through speaking on single cell organisms. And this is the source I gave him. This is from October 24th, 2016, out of the Science Journal. And it tells you about the first known single cell organisms appeared on Earth about 3.5 billion years ago, roughly a billion years after Earth formed. More complex forms took life. Much complex forms of life took longer to evolve. The first multicellular animals did not appear until about 600 million years ago. So if you keep going through this and you actually read, if you read through this, it kind of explains the evolutionary pattern from the single cell organisms to multicellular organisms. The technique, or not even technique, but the process is what they call uh, ratcheting. That's what they did. They kind of, the single cell organisms kind of start grouping together, and they formed a multicellular organisms. But one thing I was going to point out, I don't know if y'all heard this earlier, but I was trying to say that one thing you have to understand with evolution is not linear. It's not. It branches off over billions of years. So when he asked, like, well, who's this common ancestor? I've said this repeatedly, that what we have is a common ancestors that were it's a primate like ancestor. They don't have a specific name for these primates or anything like that. But if you look at the evolutionary tree of life, this what it goes back to is that the this so that we all have common ancestors.
Uh, hey, brother, that was time. Karima, can you probably
Nah,
put
man,
like
this don't feel
another
like I
minute
got
on
through
there?
shit.
I, nah,
And
I
this
know,
guy was
bro.
able to
You
go
got
on and on and on.
nah for real. You got cut off like about halfway. You know what I'm saying? I know you was trying to make your point. Yeah, there you go. I was asking Karima to
It
add a
feel like
little
I
more
don't.
time to it.
It don't even feel like I made a point, bro. That's my whole point. It
I
feel like I have
understand.
said
That's why
nothing.
he asking to give you more
That's why
time,
I asked
brother.
to give you more time. Did he cut out again? Bro got terrible service.
But can you disagree with an aspect of evolution
Okay, my bad.
and
I don't
still
know.
see? Oh, there you go.
For some reason, it keeps cutting off every time I try to share this screen on here. But I could wing it basically because that's what he's doing. He's talking. What I'm saying is that evolution is not linear. It branches off over millions of years. So when we speak on common primate ancestor, this is what they mean. There's no specific name for this group of hominids. That's what we call them. They're hominids, and they you're looking at over millions of years of branching off. So you have chimpanzees and what took their evolutionary path one way. Apes took their evolutionary path their way. Humans took their evolutionary path our way. And that's the way that actually went. I've actually showed the diagram of that earlier in the presentation, where you can actually see the how it splits off. So again, I always stress this that people shouldn't be debating something in the first place if they don't understand what they're talking about. So as far as evolution is concerned, I do want to show. I don't know if anybody can do that for me. Maybe share their screen, but you can. This is a simple Google search. Will do it. You can type in evolution. Is it a fact? Is it both fact and scientific theory? It's going to bring up that it is actually both indeed a fact and scientific theory. And so he did make the point about microevolution and macroevolution. Okay, they're both forms of evolution. Um, of course, macroevolution is long term, the course of millions of years, and this is what we're looking at as far as the evolution of human beings. We're still evolving to this day. I want to show that there is studies right now that they show that babies are being born with smaller jaw structures, and some of these babies don't even have wisdom teeth anymore. There's another group of people that can actually hold their breath underwater for 10 minutes. This is signs of evolution. And and so what I'm saying is there's a lot of things that proves evolution. Like I said, there's a lot of massive amounts of evidence that solidifies it. That's what makes it a scientific theory because there's a whole bunch of well substantiated evidence that they have that they brought together, and this is how they're able to you know bring out the facts of evolution. So I really don't understand if he really has nothing to combat that with besides he say, well, they falsified some fossil records. I mean, sure they falsified some fossil records. Why wouldn't they? If they weren't found to be credible, why would they falsify? But that doesn't take away the fossil records that they do have. And I see my time in, and I go ahead and land right there.
Is it my turn?
Yes, sir.
Well, I tell you what, the source that he posted about single cell, I have it right here. It says it's astrobiology.nasa.gov. And this is what it says. It says scientists are discovering ways in which single cells might have evolved traits that entrench them into group behavior, paving the way for multicellular life. These discoveries could shed light on how complex extraterrestrial life might evolve in alien worlds. You see, he didn't read that whole. See, that's what I mean. So the
I
brother
didn't
get
have.
mad. The brother get mad when I read his sources and then circle information. But you notice how he skipped right over the part that it says how extraterrestrial life might evolve on alien worlds. This is talking about aliens, alien worlds. This brother talking about he just overlooked that whole part. And that's why I circle his sources and read it, because the brother, for some reason, he just go by. Here's a headline. I don't even want to say headline. He's a damn front page. Well, never mind. I ain't even gonna do all that. My bad. I'm just gonna say that the brother just doesn't read his sources that he posts. And so when he showed the, I have this right here. Matter of fact, I'm back in the back chat, so I didn't see anything that he posts. You know what I mean? I don't know if he on StreamYard or whatever. I don't have that. I'm on my phone. But nevertheless, I have the what the hell I do with it? Give me a second. This right here is what he posts. Right here. Right. Y'all see it in the back chat? Right? About the common ancestor. I mean, I simply asked, so the hominoids, whatever he was saying, where did that come from, though? I mean, who created that? You know what I mean? You know, because they get mad when we say that God, you know what I mean, created everything, and then they say, well, he had to have a creator. But if he's the beginning, and he's the creator, he created, you know what I mean? He's the beginning. So when they go into evolution, they don't even have a creator. They just said everything disappeared out of nowhere. And then his posts were talking about aliens. And then I have another one of his sources about the common ancestor. I asked who the common ancestor, once again, he did not have an answer for that. So when he said the evolution is fact, and one of his sources, when he said it is fact, not linear, then when you go on down to the middle part of the paragraph, it said that scientists are not saying that God didn't create. That's what it says. And then it's so funny. You know what I mean? Because he reject God, but then he'll go and validate some aliens and all this other mess out there in space. You know what I mean? But he reject the Bible simply because he don't like the Bible for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? Then he talk about this single cell and I'm just trying to find out how did that single cell turn into a cat, rat, and a dog.
Okay. Let me chime in on what both of y'all were saying on there. All right, sis, go ahead. Oh, yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
No, I'm good. I just want to hear. Hey, let him go ahead. Then I'll go. I'm good.
Okay, so I completely understand because I still look at it like, okay, if we got a common ancestor with apes, then is we saying like turtles are kin to alligators or something? Because I know they are reptiles and everything, but they're completely two different species. They can't procreate, just like we can't go, you know what I'm saying, procreate with a chimpanzee and shit. So I still feel like, and then how long do it take for something to get fossilized? Do you know that? Because scientists just proved that it only take about 10 years for something to get fossilized if you apply the right type of pressure to it and everything.
Well, if I may, this brother, when he talk about, now they get mad, you know, they say that creation is teaching young earth, right? but science teach that the Earth is 4.5 billion years. Then some say 5.4. Well, I want to know which one is it, and how do they know? So then he go into that radiometric dating and carbon dating. Well, it's problems with that. That's not accurate either. It's not accurate, you know. So I mean, where is they getting the age of the Earth from? And this brother, he had like that we just supposed to accept what he's saying just because he's saying it. No, it don't work like that. It doesn't work like that. This brother, he has a major desire to be this great Facebook influencer. You know what I mean? And he just want to be a great sage, but the brother really don't know what he's talking about. If it hurt him that much that I circled some things that he didn't read, he should be able to break it down, but he can't. And I'm gonna tell you why I'm so passionate and why I get so fired up with him, because this brother had a. Well, is he on? Well, I tell you what, if he's on and he's ready to go, then I'll just be quiet. I said I'll be quiet and let him go. Is he ready?
Yeah, I'm ready. Okay, so actually dropped the whole source in a back chat because there was no way I could read that entire source to y'all in a matter of 3 to 5 minutes. There's just no way, and I wasn't going to try to speed read through it anyway. What I did is I wanted to highlight that this is one of the articles. It's an actual scientific journal that explains exactly what the question he's asking it has been already explained in this article, which I've given him probably 10 times already. Okay, so at the end of the day, this is where the arguments come in at. There are sources being dropped. What's happening is people are skimming through them. You're just picking out little words that you don't understand or something that raises your eyebrow, and you say, well, that just discredits the whole thing. When you just spoke on the extraterrestrial life, one thing about that is what we're looking at here is that I understand that we live in the Milky Way galaxy. There's countless galaxies out there. So for me to believe that we are the only intelligent life forms, that might be a stretch. You know what I'm saying? At least for me. But what I was getting at is that that's not what the focus of that article was even talking about. It wasn't the focus of terrestrials or anything like that. The main foci of that journal is single cell organisms. And every question that you asked about it is actually answered in that article about single cell organisms. Now, when we get down to the fossils, um, one thing that you have to look at, and I did share information on that as well in the chat. This was actually earlier today. I did share information on that. Because they falsified some fossil records, that doesn't take away from the fossil records that they have that shows gradual evolution. So at the end of the day, again, like I say, I mean, we could all of us have the ability to get on here and Google search just about anything. There's Google Scholar. There's all kind of things. You can look this stuff up. There's massive, like I said, massive amounts of information that supports evolution. One of the smoking guns of evolution is biology. Molecular biology. That's one of the smoking guns. And he's sitting here. He's talking about he doesn't understand what's the connection between us and monkeys, but then chimpanzees and apes. But then he mentions DNA. We share a whole lot of DNA with them. And I put you on another scientific fact. As far as the single cell organisms, we actually share a whole lot of DNA with amoebas, which are single cell organisms. That's something else you can easily look up. I would actually try to share the screen. Oh shit! Well, I'm out of time.
No, you still got a couple minutes.
Okay, yeah, but I would actually like to share. I could share the screen and show that we actually share DNA with amoebas.
Oh, my bad.
Um, if I may, You see in the back chat where I posted an article once again, and when you get down to the last paragraph, this matter of fact, it's a couple paragraphs before the last one. Let me read this right here though, and I post this in the back chat, and this is the source that he shared, and this is next to the last paragraph. Well, the end of it, it said when it comes to what these findings mean in the search for alien life. Libby said this research suggested that extraterrestrial behavior might appear odd until one better understands that an organism may be a member of a group, right? So I showed you when I first posted the first beginning of this article, it mentioned extraterrestrial life. And then when you go to the ending part of the article, it talks about alien life once again. It's talking about multicellular and alien life. This is pretty much saying nothing about evolution, right? So that's what I mean when I said the brother he posts these sources that he don't read. He doesn't read the sources that he posts, right? And so when he was talking about DNA, he made a post yesterday on the DNA sequence, and it said that it's 95, something 98%, but it's still like 5 or 3% different. So if we share common ancestry with apes and monkeys, right? Then why isn't it a whole 100%? Why is it a certain part missing? And then when I asked him earlier about the great Graham Lawton, this is a scientist, molecular biologist that doesn't agree with evolution. And a matter of fact, there are several scientists that doesn't agree with evolution. And shouts out to my brother James Cassell and Jeshu, the whole Genesis 49 crew. I listen to them brothers, and that's why I got that book from Zombie Science. You know what I mean? Heru tried to discredit a molecular, he tried to discredit a biologist, Jonathan Wells. You know what I mean? Jonathan Wells broke down how Darwin was wrong. He pretty much broke down the thing he broke down did pretty much tear evolution apart. You know, you feel what I'm saying, right? So this brother here, listen, this brother get mad when I circle something and underline the parts that I think are concerned. He's supposed to know this, right? So he's supposed to be able to articulate and show me where I'm wrong. And several of his back chats before they kicked me out, him and his wife and all his group, they told me that I didn't understand. I said, okay, I don't understand. I said, can you explain it to me? And no, they can't. They didn't. He just went and posted on another source that his wife made all them fat memes of me and all that stuff. This is how this guy debate.
Oh my
My
God.
opponent think that making memes is debating, and it's not. You know what I mean? And he gets mad when I challenge his information. That's what you're supposed to do in a debate. Then I just got to put it out there. Going back to the book, right? Who said that you have to own the book in order to post the book? You know what I mean? We all look at Google. We all do Google searches, right? But nevertheless,
That's fine, Art.
to me, I personally do not believe in evolution. There is no way. Scientists have not seen a monkey or ape transform into a human. And how long does it take? And why has it stopped? What? It's enough humans? And how are humans and apes? I mean, why are there still apes? You understand what I'm saying? What, enough of humans
Okay,
didn't
that's fine,
evolve from
Art.
the apes or something? Okay.
All right, brother Hero, you got anything to add to that?
My bad. Yeah, I do actually. I have. I just posted in the back chat uh, a critique of Jonathan Wells that he posted, and this is actually from the National Center for Science Education. So where he's talking about Jonathan Wells debunked evolution, no one has ever debunked evolution ever. I don't know where he's getting this nonsense from, but no one has ever debunked evolution. That is a fact. No one has ever debunked evolution. What it says here. Yeah, everybody keep getting cut off.
out here lying about, man.
Can y'all hear me?
Out here lying about, cuz.
Okay, so I think I believe it. Look, I'm about to go ahead and go in. I'm about to go ahead and go in. But this brother just brought up Jonathan Wells, right? And posted went with his. This is what you call. This is what you call appeal to authority. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, we can
Yeah,
hear
we
you.
can hear you all.
Yeah, I was gonna say everybody keep cutting in and out for some reason.
Your
Okay,
phone keep
so
cutting out. Hey,
he
brother, could you
mentions
mute your mic?
Jonathan Wells. He mentions Jonathan Wells and how he tore apart evolution, which is completely false information. Um, the book that he shows, I actually what I did is I researched the book and I found out all the things that was actually wrong with the critique of that book by professionals. So the information I just dropped back there in the back chat is from the National Center for Science Education. This is an accredited site, accredited site. So I don't know what this dude is talking about. And he's steady talking about I don't post sources and I don't read them or I don't explain anything. That is a flat out lie. There's people on this chat, on this call that has seen not only me in my in not just in my debate league, any debate league or whatever back chat or whatever. I don't duck and dodge questions. I answer them. And if I don't have an answer, I'm man enough to say I just don't know. There's no harm in that because there's nobody that knows everything. But at the end of the day, like I said, a simple Google search by anybody can see that there is massive amounts of evidence for evolution, and all of those the substantial evidence that they have, and the well substantiated evidence they have. I haven't seen anybody debunk that yet. Not Prentice Israel hasn't done it. Not anybody has done it. So until they start debunking that stuff, I just think that it's a bit crazy to just say that it's nonsense. And I also want to say one more thing, because it's not just atheists that believe in evolution. There are religious leaders that understand evolution and still believe in a creator. One thing about science is that science just does not include God of the. They don't use the God of the gaps. What they don't understand, they don't just attribute and say God did it. They keep searching for answers, and that's why that portion of the article said that they're not ruling out any God, but they don't include God. That's my whole point. There's countless gods and goddesses. So which God are you
Okay.
talking about?
No, that's time, brother.
Can I ask a question?
If I may, is it my turn or the
Yeah,
brother said got a
it's
question?
your
Go ahead
it's
with the
your
question.
turn. Oh,
Okay.
well, no,
Hey, hold on.
let
Brother
let
said he
let the
got a
brother
question.
ask the
Can we answer
question.
the
Go
question
ahead.
first? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, my question about the information you just dropped, it must basically be a counter argument to the guy saying he debunked evolution, right?
Yes.
What were the major points from that piece? Because obviously I'm driving home from work and it'll probably take me 2 days to read the study. But I'm asking, like, from what you read from it, what were his major points in saying that trying to debunk evolution is wrong because of this, this, and this? These were the fallacies in his study.
Well, for one thing, what he did is he tried to rule out macroevolution. Okay, and then there's a lot of evidence that supports macroevolution. Particularly like I just mentioned, even like with molecular biological evolution. When you look into that kind of really puts the smoking gun on macroevolution, that it actually did happen and is happening. Another thing is what they were apprentices still running with this thing, and I think that's where you got the whole idea about the fossils. Um, they're talking like because they're saying like, well, the incomplete fossil records. They have enough fossil records to actually make to actually stand on what their scientific theory is. So I wanted to point this out since we had some cheerleaders in the back chat too, because it does answer your question, brother. One thing about it is that you have to understand the difference between a everyday theory and a scientific theory. They're two different things. A theory is just me having a hunch about something, but a scientific theory is based upon well substantiated evidence that explains the natural world. So I don't know. I don't want people to get that conflated between a theory
that
and a
that
scientific theory
essentially
because they're two
can't be
different things.
proven outright, but is respected by enough of the scientific community that we agree.
Well, there's a lot. We'll put it this way: what has been substantiated has been proven without a doubt. There's
Right.
now I'm gonna tell you where science is still searching because they're still trying to find the origin of all things. They don't claim to have the answers to that. Nobody does. Nobody does. I just want this brother to be careful with this because he's getting ready to walk himself into a landmine. He keeps wanting to attribute everything to God, but you cannot prove this God exists. So you can't just come in here with your faith and beliefs. I think that if we're going to debate something, we better be having some facts to stand on. So I just want to warn my brother for that. You know, if he keep up with this God thing, I'm gonna push him on that.
It's a good build so far. Once I got past the drama, been a good build ever since.
Is it my
I,
turn?
I see. I
Well,
see
look, I tell
someone
you
trying
this.
to change that topic though.
Is it my turn now?
Yeah, it's your turn, brother.
Yeah,
You go ahead, bro.
I just wanted to add in before I get off, bro. I never intended for it to be all this drama. I get sick and tired of the drama. I'm nearly 50 years old. I'm nearly 50 years old. I don't have time for the drama. So, you know, at the end of the day, when I come back here into these chats, I really just want to get down to the information. I get sick of all the crying and whining and the fake personal attacks because nobody knows each other personally. So that's all I wanted to say on that. I'm tired of dealing with the fake drama and shit. It's ridiculous.
Is it my
Right
turn?
then done, we can't go backwards. So either where it
Yeah.
is, build.
Well, I tell you what I'll do. As far as what he said about drama, I'll go with this first. This guy, when he gets with his buddies, people that whole lot when he get with a whole lot of his friends that agree with him, then that's when he switch up. But if it be me and him one on one, or me and him and another brother, he's cool. But when it be him and all a bunch of his buddies, he turn up a notch and try to show off. But nevertheless, he act like he don't like drama. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I apologize. Okay. Right. I'm sorry. I apologize about that. But you notice how the brother did not answer your question not once. He didn't even have an answer. And as far as the National Creation of Science, whatever this website that he uses, he didn't even have the national. What is it? The National Center for Science Education. This is a lobbying group. Okay, these people they pay to keep creation from being taught in schools.
But I mean, to a certain degree, that's every institution. Someone's paying for it. I'm bad. I
You
want
can
to
continue.
go.
He probably trying to look up some evidence for that macroevolution he threw out there as if it was just a fact and not an
Oh,
assertion.
I'm gonna show
He
some
dropped us.
information on that too on the macro.
No, you can show some information of scientific assertions based off of microevolution about macroevolution, but you can't show me concrete, unquestionable scientific evidence that macroevolution actually took place. Like an example of that would be to show me each step of transition through the fossil record of one species to another species. Like
God,
that hasn't been found yet.
shit. Like I
I
was
didn't say
saying,
it don't exist. I said it ain't been found yet.
con. Like I was
Hasn't
saying,
that kind of been
the
done with the
alligator is
pterodactyl?
the longest living dinosaur alive, and he ain't changed at all.
I'm gonna drop this in the back chat for y'all.
Yeah, they the same thing.
Yeah, they is. But you know what I'm saying? They're gone.
All right, I'm gonna do what I always have to do, but he never answers in the back chat. What exactly from this article are you showing to me for me to change my position? Because just throwing an article out here without telling me exactly what I need to look for in it
Okay,
is
who am I
pointless.
talking to? Who am I talking to?
This is James Cassell right now.
Okay, James Cassell. Okay, so this is the brother Prentice had brought up Jonathan Wells, and he
Mhm.
mentioned on how he absolutely ripped apart evolution, right? Okay, and
Okay.
on this in this link here, I'm showing you if you actually just go into the link, it tells you what's wrong with it. Icons of evolution. Okay, it's telling you
Mm-hmm.
exactly what's wrong with this thing. All of the things that they found
Yeah,
wrong and
I'm
all the
right here.
errors that they
Yeah.
found in this here.
Oh, well,
Um,
I thought this was a response to
Yeah.
my question about, the transitions in the fossil record. If this is something else, then never mind.
Hey, I'm
okay,
back.
yeah, no,
I'm
no,
sorry,
no.
y'all.
I
My dad
see.
gonna call
That's what I'm
drop.
saying. I was dealing with Prentice, and I got threw off because I didn't know who actually asked me a question
Fair
of
enough.
what. You know what I'm saying? So I apologize for that. You know what I mean?
Trying to get my food.
But what I'm saying is, I'm dropping information. I just dropped another scientific journal back here, and this is from the National Library of Medicine. It's explaining. I did drop it in the back for y'all to see. Hold on. It is explaining how evolution is both fact and scientific theory. Uh, Here, let me go into the. Hold on. I hope I don't lose y'all again because every time it does that, everybody clicks off.
Okay,
Okay,
I'm
so let me
looking
get
at it
back
right
into
now.
the chat here.
It says the fact. Okay, what about it is being asserted as fact, and what about it is being asserted as science? Because you shared it with us, so you should know what's in it, right? So what about it is being asserted as being fact, and what about it is being asserted as being theory?
Okay, well, the facts of evolution is what's all substantiated. For instance, let me give you an example. If we're looking at microevolution, let's take flu shots for instance. Every year they have to revamp that flu shot. Why? Because the flu itself mutates.
Okay,
So there's obviously mutations that happen, and so even like a common cold is not the same as it was 20 years ago.
but that's a loss of genetic information, not a gain, though, right?
But that's still besides the point of what I'm saying.
No, that is
We know
matters
facts,
because
brother.
remember my question was about macro evolution, not micro. What you're doing is
I
giving me micro. Well, let me
Brother,
just finish real quick. Now, 1 second.
hold on, you
You're
cut
giving
me
me
off
micro.
though.
You're giving me micro evolution because I asked you a question. You responded to my question, so I'm trying to make sure you understand it. That because you're not answering it, you're giving me a response to micro evolution when I'm asking you about macro evolution. Two different things. So what this article proves macro evolution, that you can gain information, not lose information over time. I agree you can lose information over time.
Well, I'm back. I'm sorry about that. My phone had
I
went out.
want to.
I'm back.
I want to know when I can. I want to know when I can respond without being interrupted.
As soon as you give me what I asked for.
But
Hey, yo,
that's what I'm
James,
trying to give
chill
you.
out, bro.
You cut me off, bro.
I'm just being
Cut
real.
me
You
off,
like
Yo,
and
chill out.
right now, see,
because
that's what I'm saying.
you answered the question I didn't ask.
Hold on,
I didn't ask you
Capital
about
One. You didn't let me
microevolution.
finish
So that's
either.
why.
You didn't let me finish either. Let's be fair about that.
This
We
nigga's
don't know where we
atrocious.
would have landed. Like, go
Hey,
ahead, bro.
order, order, order,
You didn't let
order.
me finish though. Let me just be honest about that.
Yes, ma'am.
Well, I'm back, and that's all I was saying. I'm back. My phone had went out, but I'm back. If it's my turn, just let me know
Okay,
when I can
so
go.
here I'm gonna give you three. I'm gonna give you a lot of information right now just on what makes macroevolution a fact. Number one, we do have again fossil records. There's evidence of transitional forms. Okay, we do have that. I'm gonna share all of this into the group too, so nobody thinks I'm just making this up. We do have patterns of speciation and extinction, right? We uh we do have comparative anatomy, molecular evidence, biogeography, observed speciation events.
Huh?
This is talking about even experimental and nature observations or natural
Good handful.
observations. I'm sorry.
That's a
You
good
have
handful.
development biology, extinction events, adaptive radiation, diversification of species,
Hold on.
punctuated equilibrium.
One of them joints you said was comparative anatomy. Is that
Well, when
it?
is it my turn?
Say that again.
When is it my
I
turn?
said
That's my
comparative.
question. My bad.
Okay, thanks.
Yeah. You. Yeah, but where he cut me off, and I don't know if he just didn't hear me, but it's comparative anatomy that I said,
Right.
and
I, I just wanted to ask you about that. So that's like dolphins, right?
say that again.
That's kind of like with dolphins.
You said with dolphins.
Yeah. Don't we have like a very comparative anatomy to dolphins, which are also mammals? Like you look at the bone structure.
Yeah. You're talking about like homologous structures, right? Like the bones, limbs, vertebrae. Like even a human arm, whale's flipper, the bat wing,
That's
things
just
like
what I
that,
was
right?
thinking when you said comparative anatomy. That's
Yeah. Comparative
what I was
anatomy.
trying to lock in.
Yeah, that even gets into like what's they call that uh vestigial structures as well.
Where the tail drops off. I got
So like even like the human appendix or like the pelvic bone in whales. They're remnants of their terrestrial ancestors actually. Um, where was that on here? I did mention I think like the equilibrium, which kind of really falls into like evolutionary tempo, evolutionary development, developmental biology is another one. The role of gene regulation. These are all facts that collectively support the theory of macroevolution, and it's providing actually a robust framework for the understanding of how life on Earth has diversified over billions of years. This is stuff you can easily research. So I get it. If there's some people, I get it. There's some people that okay, they have their faith and belief, and that's fine. They want to hold on to that. And so what happens is they'll take this kind of stuff that's actually facts that they have substantiated. I just gave like 10 or 11 or maybe even 12 right off the bat that and they'll just throw it away because they say, well, no, I don't believe that. Well, it's not a matter of belief. It's a matter of what can be proven, and this is stuff that can be proven.
Is it my turn?
strong, strong.
Is it my turn now?
Yes, it is. King, go, because that
All
was
right. Well,
strong.
before my phone went off, I was trying to explain how the National Creation of Science, how it's really a lobbying group, and once again, they lobby for creation not to be taught in schools. It's not a accredited institution. It's not a factual institution. It's a lobbying group of atheists. So when he was talking about how they try to discredit Jonathan Wells, well, it's 3 points.
in the source that he posted. One way he was talking about the icons. Well, the icons is that drawing of Darwin when it shows a ape and how it evolved and how we erect and how it started standing up. Then it shows a human, and that is totally impossible. That is really impossible. Because if that were the case, then we should be able to crossbreed with apes and monkeys, right? And then it was another bullet point that they made. Let me go to it. I have it right here. It's another bullet point they made. Um, right here. It said, what's wrong with icons? It went there. Then it says, answers your Jonathan Wells 10 questions. Provide brief answers to Wells' most misleading claims. Well, they didn't even say what the answers were. You know what I mean? So they're misleading. And on the lawsuit that the Institute for Creation had with the National Creation of Science is that they was misquoting and misleading some of the talking points of the Institute for Creation. So his lobbying group is totally wrong. Then it said the talented
So
Mr. Wells,
they got sued.
a cohesive, comprehensive critique by Dr. Kevin Palladium and Alan Gishlick. And, basically, it's just a bunch of nonsense that he's talking about. And like I said, the group that he's talking about, it's a big lobbying group. It's not even a real scientific organization. It's just a big lobbying group. Okay. And then
You said they got
to go
sued
on
for
with what he
misquoting
said,
things.
to go on with what he said about PubMed and about evolution being fact and theory. Well, in that article that he posted, it says that scientists are not saying that God didn't do it. It's saying that they are just searching. So scientists are still searching, but they can tell you how old the earth is, but yet they can't tell you the common ancestor. They can't tell you whether God created or whether it's a big bang, but they can tell you the age of the earth, and they can tell you that it's volcanoes and shit on the moon, but it's other things that they can't tell us. And this brother expect us to just acknowledge and accept whatever science says. No, science are wrong. Scientists are wrong on several things. They can't even tell us when life begins. Cause even now with this thing about abortion, not to go off topic, but they talking about that conception and the fetus is not even a baby. They say it's not a person, but I go on to this right here. I leave that alone. Even in this thing right here, he posts PubMed. When they talk about evolution as fact and theory, this is what it says now about the middle paragraph. It says evolution is a population concept. And individuals that are not evolved. It says only populations evolve in the face of the genetic changes accumulated from one generation to the next. The flu virus, for example, he's talking about the flu virus, right? What he said about the flu, about how it evolves and how the last year flu virus, the vaccine need to be updated and whatnot. But if I may, this brother didn't even take the COVID vaccine because he didn't trust the science.
All right, that's time, Art.
Okay.
Now that's two different things, though, man. They
Yeah,
made
and
that
I just
vaccine
had to put
a
that
week
in
and a
there.
half.
I'm sorry, I just had to put that in there.
Okay, look, let me say this too. And this has been explained to this brother too, time and time again. I did not take the COVID vaccine because I don't have a compromised immune system. I felt like I'm young enough, I'm strong enough. I don't need to take the vaccine. That just was my reasoning for it. Doesn't mean that I don't trust science. If I didn't trust science, I wouldn't pay for healthcare insurance. I wouldn't pay for it if I didn't trust science. So whether you trust science or not, that's on you. But let me get back to the information.
Point man.
I'm not going to spend the time. I'm not going to spend the time arguing the point of whether I trust science or not. But let's get back to the meat and potatoes, because what we was talking about here, what we was talking about was the transitional fossil records, right? And I'm just going to point out one of the one of the common misconceptions that people have. When they say missing links, that term is really a lot of times misunderstood, because transitional fossils are not missing or incomplete. They actually provide concrete evidence of evolutionary transitions. There's no like single link between species. So when he just pointed out that picture that they use, where they have like the like single cell organisms, and it gradually showed like the ape, and then the upright man. That's misleading. That's what I was talking about earlier when I said evolution is not linear. It branches out over millions of years. So it didn't take place like that little picture that you're showing. And then secondly, when you're looking at that particular source that I did drop, um, let me go back because these guys is cooking back here in the chat. Um, the
Focus.
sources I
Stay
did
out the
drop on
chat.
there.
Focus. Because it's a good build. I'm listening to you.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I wasn't sure if somebody was
Stay
asking
out
something.
the chat, man. Go ahead, Bill.
Okay, so yeah. So dealing with the information that I sent, this guy keeps talking about lobbyists and all of this crap. I'm gonna be honest with you. They're not gonna replace science classes with mythology from the Bible. That is out of the question, and that's what that is all about. That's what the whole thing was about. That was they're gonna teach evolution or creationism in school. Now, one thing about creationism, uh, the whole creationism thing, there is no empirical evidence to support it. Whereas on evolution, there's ton loads of empirical evidence to support it. So what are they supposed to do? Stop teaching biology and start teaching that a woman was made from a man's rib? Come on, let's not be ridiculous. And I'm surprised that you keep running with that narrative. That it's bigger than them just trying to keep church out of school. But what I'm saying is that I believe if I'm going to pay for my child to go to school or even get public education, they should be getting the best education that there is to offer, not mythology. There's nothing they could do with that. So to go back to it, uh, where I was talking about.
Hey,
As far,
that's time.
oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Is it my turn again?
Yes, sir.
Hold on, give me 1 second. I'm tryring to get my damn
And I was gonna say,
microphone right
family,
so y'all
I'm
can.
gonna have to
Can y'all
wrap
hear
this
me?
up soon, man. I'm gonna have to wrap this up soon, though.
We in the same circle.
Same,
Well,
same.
All
I
right,
might have to jump
let's
out of here
build.
myself.
hold on. Well, I tell you what. Let me put my points out there. You notice how this brother has not yet explained how evolution is a fact. He keep going over the same circular motions. You know what I mean? Then he keep talking about what I'm talking about. The National Center for Science Education is a lobbyist group. It says it on their website. It's a lobbyist group. Sorry. Hate to bust your bubble, brother, but it's a lobbyist group. And he's talking about mythology. Well, it seems to me that evolution is a mythology because there is no brother. I don't care what you say. They haven't seen a monkey transform into a human. They haven't seen it. That single cell, and then you just contradicted yourself when you were talking about the single cell and the singular cell thing. Whatever you just said just then, you just contradicted yourself as you always do. But nevertheless,
Let me,
they're look at.
can I ask you something
But
real quick, brother? And I'm never trying to break the build, but
go ahead, bro.
I do want to challenge you real quick. So when we look at that, are we looking at puppies? We know puppies are bred to
Right.
look completely different from the way they do over time. Like that, it's artificial because it's done with the intent of breeding the same thing so you can create something. But through that, we can see that it's possible to change genes and genetics and for something to go in a certain way.
Hold on.
But
What's the
Let me
response to
let me chime in.
but
Let me chime in real quick.
that?
Okay.
look,
On that note,
I didn't
I
even
ain't.
finish.
I
Okay,
hear
go
Hold
you.
on,
Let me
let
just
that
go
brother
ahead.
build first, but I want to hear because I already see how you charged up. I
Nah.
definitely want to hear what you got to say.
Alright.
Go ahead, let the brother build because I ain't mean to block his bill,
No,
but
Alright.
I'm checking
but
it
what
for
you were
you.
saying,
I ain't
but
going
what you
nowhere.
were saying, but what you were saying about puppies, right? So now, what are you saying? I mean, what the puppies evolve to? You know what I mean?
Different
Eh,
types of puppies. Like you can
Right,
have a puppy that looks one way and
right.
cause it to, for lack of a better term, evolve into a puppy that has more hair or that's taller or that's fatter or
But has the lineage of that puppy changed though? As a matter of fact, what is the lineage of that puppy?
the original thing. Oh, so you're saying it was another dog?
No, no,
I
no,
do.
no. I'm just asking what is the lineage of that puppy and what changed about that puppy to cause it to grow hair or whatever you were saying. You know what I
I'm
mean?
just reading. I'm trying to keep it simple.
No,
I'm just
I get you,
learning.
brother. I get you. I get you. I get you. Now,
So
as
we
far
know
now,
that dogs are
this
bred to be a
right,
servant.
right. But now, let me ask you this though. Now, did that dog come from an ape? Because because the dog has its own family. The apes had their own family. You know what I mean? Each species has their own family, and even once the scripture that I was talking about in Corinthians, it said that there be flesh of terrestrial, extraterrestrial. Then it be flesh of fish. Then it be flesh of animals. You know what I mean? Each species on this earth got its own flesh. You feel what I'm saying? Each species got its own flesh.
Now, now I do get what you're saying, right? But we also know that a blue whale is a mammal, so it's
Right.
closer to us than it is to a flounder. You know what I'm saying?
Right. I got you.
I'm always somewhere in the middle with these conversations. That's why I
Right. I got
all
you,
all
brother. I
you'll ever
understand.
get from me is questions. I like to
I
bear.
understand. Now, this what I will tell you. Now, as far as that, now I don't know exactly because um a I'm not a scientist, so I don't have the equipment and things like that to
Biology.
study.
I got
Yeah,
you.
to study evolution. So I'll most definitely give you that. You understand what I'm saying? So I don't really know, and that's what I'm trying to ask this brother. As far as the scientists, what are they using to come up with these concepts? You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's a whole lot of things that they don't even know. You understand what I'm saying? And personally, I do believe that the earth is so wicked and satanic that they purposely blot out a whole lot of things about the Bible. And going back to what this brother was saying about mythology, well, public schools, you don't pay to send your child in public schools. And even in private schools, in which I know, because my cousin said he taught in private school, and they teach things on creation. Especially some of the Catholic schools in which the Catholics are way off. Well, matter of fact, the Catholics, they funded a whole lot of this scientific mess anyway, but I'll leave all that alone. Public schools, some of them teach creation and evolution. So
Because
what are you
I
saying?
understand where you're coming from, right? I just want to
Right.
give you my mindset. One thing I try to do is separate the books from the religions. And the reason
Absolutely.
why is the religions are an interpretation of the word, but whoever wrote it, it may be the case that they're actually explaining evolution and we're just not getting it. I do believe there's that level of science in the Bible. I'm not saying it applies to the theory of evolution.
Mm-hmm.
What I'm saying is, as someone who believes in a higher power, true and living God, I don't discredit science. So when I see certain things, that doesn't disprove my Bible. Even if
Absolutely.
evolution is a thing, it doesn't disprove my Bible. You know what I'm saying?
But
That's
brother, now, with that being said, I'm with you 100% because a lot of the atheists run around talking about there's no science in the Bible. Well, that's a lie because it would take science and math to create the whole universe. Wouldn't you think that it would take science and math? You know what I mean? It would
uh,
take science and math to create the whole universe. You would have to have some knowledge of something to create this universe, even with the Big Bang theory, right? A speck of dust out there just boom explode and created all of this. Well, what caused the speck of dust to be out there? Where did that speck of dust come from? You
Now,
understand what I'm
science
saying?
never says that's the one thing science is outright blatant and upfront about. They can't prove that. That doesn't make the things that they can prove not valid.
That's all I'm saying. This brother act like science is the be all, the end all of everything. And he get mad when somebody kick up against it. Well, I'm kicking up against it because I don't believe it. And to be honest with you, I said this several times. I'm wholehearted, 100% Bible. You understand what I'm saying? So I'm gonna kick up against it. And then he using lobbyist groups. You know what I mean? Come on, man. But anyway, I got to go. My wifey, she's ready to go somewhere,
Good
so we
bill.
got to roll out. But hey, brother, I'll be off again next Wednesday and Thursday. Well, no, next Thursday. If y'all want to build next Thursday, I'm all for it. And with that right there, I appreciate you, brothers and sisters and whatnot. And it is what it is with me. It's all love. I don't hate nobody. But when somebody comes to my family, that's something different. I'll leave that alone.
Good
But
bill.
it is what it is.
Yo, ain't no
All right,
more
y'all.
playing
Hey,
with the Bible.
Y'all have a good one.
All
let
right,
me
man.
brother.
Ain't
let me
no more
tap in one
playing
more
with
time
that
before I
brother
get
fish.
out of here as well. Far as this whole thing about somebody these lobbyist groups, brother, what I'm bringing you is straight from the scientific community. And so it's not about lobbyists or anybody getting paid for anything. I mean, the whole world has a hand in science.
Everyone's
So
live.
trust me, if like put it this way, the scientific community within the United States, if they were fabricating anything, you would think the rest of the world would jump all over that. They can't wait
I,
for them to be wrong.
I mean, the environmentalists that are trying to save the oceans, they have to have a lobby to get bills passed, and everybody's lobbying for something. So
Right.
I get that portion. I get that.
Yeah. Plus, like I said, what he's suggesting is that they take science out of school and replace it with Sunday school. That's basically what he's suggesting. Because that's
Nobody
what they
said
were
that. You're
against.
making that
They
up.
were against teaching creationism
He ain't
as
say that,
opposed to
bro.
evolution. That's all that was about.
He making that part up. No, I've heard nobody say that back here one
I,
single time. So can you stop
no
making
one
Who
said
made
assertions and
who?
that.
lying on people?
No one said that, but I do get his point with those lobbyist groups that we discussed. That's the fight. I do get that point. But yeah, nobody said that directly, bro. Don't do that.
No, I'm not. I'm not saying that he said
I
that
know, I
directly.
know.
What I'm saying. I'm saying this from my point of view, is that they're not going to replace biology classes that teach evolution and insert creationism in there. They're just not going to do that. There's nothing to substantiate those stories. And if you look at those stories scientifically, they
That's a lie.
you, how you gonna cut me off, bro? Now you about to get banged on. Seriously.
You can't bang on somebody. You gonna
I'm
lose.
gonna
You
hang
come
up
at
the
me.
phone if you're gonna interrupt me, James, because I don't like the
You
ignorance,
gonna
bro.
lose.
Whatever you got against me, bro,
Oh,
you gonna treat me like a man and give me my
It ain't
respect.
nothing. Just like when that other brother was talking, you said a quick word, and he slowly fell back to give
I'm
you
just saying,
opportunity
brother,
to speak.
you've been doing that
That's
since you
all
got
right.
on the call, man. You've
I
been
do
doing
it to
that since you got
everybody,
on the
not just
call.
you.
So
Don't cry. It's not personal.
if you wanna get at this,
It's
hey,
this
the
not
spotlight
conversation,
is
I'm gonna
personal.
on
finish
y'all
saying
right
it.
now. Y'all could go
Stop trying to make
5 minutes.
shit personal that ain't
Nah, you know
personal.
what? I really,
Everybody
like I
back to
said, I
their
do
Fucking
corners
tap
because
in
I ring
bozo
the
calls.
ass
bell.
niggas, bro.
I
Like
Everybody
I
ring
said,
got
the
I
to
do.
talk.
bell.
Like I said, I
Hey,
do
I'm
got
finna
this
go
stuff
ahead and
on
get
me.
off
You
of
know
here,
this,
brother. So
right?
talk to
But
y'all later. All right.
It was
All
a
right,
good
now.
all
bill,
right,
bro.
brother, peace.
Shalom.
But yeah, like I said, man, we've been on this call a while, bro. All I'm saying is that whatever you got against me, that's fine.
Ain't nobody got
But
nothing against you, bro.
hold
Stop
on,
trying to
brother.
Let
make
But
him
shit
finish,
personal.
James.
Well, then he don't gotta bring me up because you bring
James
me up,
just
you
he don't
invite
want to
me in
let
the
me. He don't want to
conversation,
let me
bro.
speak. He don't want
Well,
to let
don't
me
he ain't
speak.
gotta mention me.
Nah,
Well, you the
I'm
one
fucking with
talking to
you, man.
me. You
Nah,
inserted
nah, nah, nah.
yourself in
I
me and this
told you I
man's
ain't going nowhere.
conversation.
You shouldn't be talking to me
You
at all,
inserted
bro.
yourself in me and this man's
Let
Make
us
conversation.
your
get it
You
out.
point.
Let
inserted
us get it
Nigga,
out.
yourself,
you was
brother.
Go
crying
ahead,
in
bro.
the
I didn't
back
tell you to
chat.
get on
Most of your
this.
responses is to what I was saying in the back chat, nigga. Shut up. Fucking
Again,
lame ass nigga
again,
always trying to
again. You inserted
cop
yourself
please
in
and
this
shit. You
conversation,
responding to me in the
James. So,
damn back chat.
at the end of the day, at the end of the day,
Lame ass niggas, man.
at the end of the day, when you come back here and you now you on the call, man, don't just start cutting me off, man. That's all I'm saying.
Get that
Show
nigga
some
some
fucking
tissue.
decorum.
Get that nigga some
Have some
tissue.
decorum, bro.
He can't handle a conversation.
All right, let James get it out. Go ahead, my nigga, man. What you got?
Nah, it ain't nothing to really get out. Everything was hashed out in the back chat. But what happens is once you
It
start
was
making
not hashed out in the
questions,
back
oh, hey,
chat because
brother,
I'm not in the back
brother,
chat.
come
I'm
on,
on the
can I
call.
finish? Can I finish? Can
I'm
he
on
not
the call,
interrupt
bro.
me?
I'm not in the back chat. I just dropped links
Can he
back there.
not
That's what I
interrupt
did.
me? Hey, I'm talking, brother.
Hey, don't let the goofy nigga throw you off your square. Hey, yo, James, chill out. Nigga
Hey,
bugging. Go
I
ahead,
just
Man, he can't
James.
came
Make
and
trigger
your
asked
me,
for a
bro.
point,
certain respect. I
He can't
want the
trigger me,
same
man.
respect.
Listen, I've smacked
Hey,
James.
bro,
I
can I
smacked
finish what
James
I
to
was saying
sell
without
head
you? Why
several
you cutting
times.
me off,
So
bro?
it don't even matter.
Why is
man.
that
Let
brother
James
cutting me
finish
off?
the point real quick.
Why is that
Go
brother
ahead.
cutting me off? No. Like I was saying, in the back chat, I was just highlighting how he was trying to pass off a theory as a fact. I was highlighting how he's sitting back here talking about certain things are transitional fossils, which ain't transitional fossils, which I was showing in the back chat. and that's what he doesn't like. He think it's something personal
Bro, I
against
haven't
you.
read any of that.
I ain't
So
even
what are you
done yet.
talking about? I
I
don't
ain't
like
even
it. I
Hold
done
haven't
yet.
read
on,
any of
hold
that.
on,
Go ahead,
chill.
brother.
Let him
Go ahead. You got
finish.
something on your chest you got to get off.
I'm
Go
not
ahead,
in the
brother.
back chat. I'm on the call.
Hold on,
Brother,
What the
you
chill.
was
fuck?
sitting there literally
Hold
reading it.
on, because I was gonna ask him the
Reading it.
question. I was gonna ask him the question. So, your James, what information did he give that was off? That
When
he,
he started listing off things that prove macroevolution, he went into transitional fossils.
that's
He
what it was.
he brought
And what did you see that disproves his claim on that?
well, he claims that there are these transitional fossils, and he started reading them off like the I can't even really say the name right. Whatever it is, it's the bird one, right? But it's really just a bird. It ain't nothing but a bird. It ain't transitioning into nothing different because dinosaurs are birds. They were trying to say it was a transition between a lizard like creature or into a bird, but no, it is just a bird. Always has been a bird, and that's why in the back chat when I questioned it on it, it said yes, I'm absolutely correct. It is not technically a transitional fossil.
All right, now just asking though, even though, because I get your point, a bird is a bird. When you look at apes, like there's nothing else on the planet that I look at and say, damn, that might be my cousin. You
Mhm.
know what I'm saying? So like how there's different types of birds. There's an ostrich, but an ostrich might see eagle and say, I see similarities, right?
Hmm.
To your point that a bird's a bird.
Yes,
When
but
we look
that would
at
be just speciation, right? Microevolution, differences between kinds, right?
Okay, can I respond to this guy?
If you want to.
Okay, I want to
hey,
shut his mouth
James,
about
cut
the
your shit,
when
and
I
you
was
better
talking
not cut
about
them off. Go
examples
ahead.
of transitional fossils. Have you ever heard of the Tiktaalik rosea?
Yes, I actually that's the last response I got where I checked the meta over that is the TikTok leak. So you look in it and it tells you that it's not technically a transitional fossil. Look
Oh,
at it.
hold on, wait a minute, wait a minute. Watch this though. One part that I guess you left out. Okay, so this let me say that this was discovered back in 2004, but it dates back to about actually about 375 million years ago, and it shows a pretty much a stage between a lobed finfish and early tetrapods, which were like four-legged vertebrates, right? So the characteristics of this was they both had
Mhm.
for some reason they keep kicking me off this thing. But what I was pointing out is that one thing about it when we dealing with this the characteristics of it, um, it shows that both fish and amphibians.
Damn.
He trying to read off the meta page at the same time he in here and is kicking his ass out.
Well, actually, what I'm doing is I'm reading off of a source
Well then
this
just
on the
drop the
internet. I'm
source
going
in
to
the
share
back
that
then.
source. I'm going to share that source in
Yeah.
the back chat. If you just be patient. See, this is what I can't deal with is the ad hominem attacks, bro.
That wasn't
Why?
ad hoc. I just said just
For
drop it in
what
the back.
reason? For what reason? If I'm reading from a source, what is the problem?
Can you drop it in the
If I
back and
just
stop
gave you my
bitching?
word of mouth, you would have more questions and you'd tell me to
Right.
shut up. That's just my opinion, right?
This
So if
dude
I'm
just
reading from a
crying.
source, what's the problem?
What's the problem with me asking for it?
I'm saying I'm gonna drop the source. I just wanted to articulate
You
what I was
crying
talking
because
about as
I
far
asked
as the
for it. There's no
transitional
problem with me
field.
asking for a source, sir.
You listen. You didn't let me finish. I'm gonna drop the source. I just said that. Dude, listen. This is why we have two ears and one mouth. Maybe you should learn to listen twice and speak
That's
once,
not an
James.
ad hominem. You
That's
just
not an
crying
ad
about ad
hominem
hominems
because
when you
it's a
drop them,
response
ain't you?
to
Yo, can
it's a
y'all cut
response
this
Come
to
on,
shit,
you
bro.
cutting
man?
me
That's
off.
silly.
You listen. Every time I'm about to get to the meat and potatoes of something that proves you wrong, you cut me off.
Okay, what were
You
you
do.
doing? Go ahead and say it right now without
So
any
what I
ad
was trying
hominem,
to
without
do
any
is
extra.
I'm just gonna share the source, man. But like I said, we've been on here for a while, and I think that I did a good job
Black
of proving my
shoes and
point.
I'm running.
think I did a good job of proving my point against Brother Prentice.
Go ahead, man.
This brother right here, he's impossible, bro. I'm just
Oh,
gonna drop my information back here. Hey, if y'all like to read it, that'd be great. And then also any viewers that may be friends of mine, I'm gonna drop all of these sources on my page too today. So it'll probably be at least 6 or 7 posts of just nothing but sources that I'm gonna drop that validates everything I talked about today.
so
thank you.
So
I'm just gonna
I
read.
thank y'all. I thank
Oh,
y'all
my
for
bad.
letting us get on this.
appreciate you for the bill, family. Y'all got me all the way out of the office back home. In a
Hey,
good bill.
can I read this
In a
real quick?
good bill.
That was in the back, real quick, because
Go ahead, man.
I asked
You
Meta
want to
about
start trouble?
that
Go
very
ahead, man.
specific
Well,
fish
no,
you talking
I
about.
don't want to hear it now
Hey,
because you wouldn't let
brother,
me read my source.
I let him
But I'm gonna
go.
get
Didn't I
off
let
of
him
here.
finish? I let him finish
No,
off.
you didn't let
Didn't
me
inter-
finish. You didn't let me
uh,
finish. So
Look,
I'm
now,
gonna get off, bro.
anytime I'm trying to present
Peace, y'all.
something that might prove him wrong, he cut me off.
Go ahead, Bill,
All
man.
right, thank you. It says, I asked Meta, I said, the Tiktaalik is not technically a transitional fossil, it's a fish and nothing more. This was his response. Another great point. The Tiktaalik is indeed a fascinating fossil, but its classification as a transitional fossil has been debated. The Tiktaalik is a fish with some theropod-like features, such as limb-like fins, and a neck. However, it lacks digits and has a clear fish-like body plan. Some scientists argue that the Tiktaalik is an example of convergent evolution, where a fish developed theropod-like traits without being a direct ancestor of theropods. So it's not a transitional fossil is what it's saying very clearly. But he tried to sit here and argue that it was without any source.
I think I get the point. It was definitely a good bill, man. You
But
on the
I'm a
barbarian,
theistic
right?
evolutionist, so I'm not against evolution, just to be clear. But I do know that there's problems with the theory. It ain't perfect.
So you do believe in certain portions of evolution.
Yeah, I'm a theistic evolutionist. I mean, I believe
Yeah.
in a majority of it, but I just
Was my
don't
man
see.
for a reason. Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
I just don't see how, it's just undirected, unguided, and purposeless and things like that. But I believe God put everything in motion. I just don't believe he has to be there every second, dotting every I and crossing every T. He just sets the ball into motion and it unveils itself.
Makes sense. Makes sense. That was a good one. What time we coming back on tomorrow? I'm logged in. I'm subscribed. I'm liked and subscribed.
Yeah, I like and subscribe to video too. Shoot. It's always fun for a good discussion.
You normally screaming on us. You gonna wrap it up? That's what's up. That was a
Roger
good.
that.
I'm gonna give my man James to chill out, man, because he be bugging. But that was a good build today. I appreciate y'all. Salute to the panel.
All right, shalom.